Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk.
Mostly drunk and mostly camera. Mostly ready.
We're totally mostly today.
Mostly.
I am your host, Jedi Master Grayson, and I'm joined as always by my co-host, Bill. How you doing?
Are you fighting because well, doing all right. It's been a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's been a lot. Right with technical difficulties. But
I got something really dope to show you guys. in just a minute. But Alex, we can, but I hate doing it alone, man. So, we gotta have the one, the only Jane Egan.
Jane Egan is up.
I'm very excited for you guys to finish these projects and for us to test them out. And really, I'm really excited to basically take over the world.
Yeah. That's right. It's what we do every night, Pinky.
Yep.
We try to take over the world, but we got another guest because tonight we talking Severance, tonight we talking Daredevil, and we talking Gemstones. So you can't have any of that without your boy 9 from 9 Nerd Yard.
What up, 9?
Beep 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 beep.
How you doing, bud? Oh, I cannot hear you.
Oh, no, we cannot hear you, man.
Oh, that is my
There it is.
fault. Hit the Millicek for me in the chat. But I'm doing good, doing great. Got a lot.
Oh, I got a cane right here.
Yeah, I'm
really
excited.
Okay.
I got a cane right here.
Yeah. Hey, there it is.
Yeah, I'm very excited to talk about how Millicek brought all the boys to the yard this episode. He was going in. But
this is dusty. You can't see it. There's dust going everywhere as I do this.
I'll be honest. For a second, I thought it was going to be like a blind person's cane because of Daredevil, and I was like, I commend the commitment to the show, but it might be a little awkward. Just be like, hey, look at my new prop.
Seeing Matt Murdock do what Millicek did, I'll pay money for that.
Oh, I would love that. I would love to see.
I'll start a subscription for that.
But yeah, we got a lot of things to talk about tonight. So we should get into the nitty gritty pretty soon. But just do a little bit of house cleaning.
Just a little bit of house cleaning.
Are you just gonna repeat everything I say in the British
I'm not going to just repeat everything you say in a British accent.
Okay, you haven't proven that to be incorrect. Yeah,
I haven't.
But yeah, guys, I want you guys to consider perusing it through our merch store where you can find hats, hoodies, shirts, mugs, and all kinds of cool stuff with our stupid name on it. Just go to the merch tab or the store tab. One of those tabs that say buy stuff and the YouTube channel.
Tap it.
Check it out. We got some cool stuff.
Tap it. Smack that. Smack that.
Oh, tap-peroo.
Smack.
Take advice from Akon and smack that like button, smack that subscriber button.
That like button, like you some Moscato.
Yeah, this is not a song I think I'll be thinking about in 2025. No, thank you. Yeah. And also
Akon the God. No, I'm joking. No, don't. Somebody
that does not
don't clip that
moniker.
Don't clip that.
Also want to remind you guys to tune in every 7 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday to check out to watch the Bantha Bunch, hosted by your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Bill. Bill, what do you guys going to be talking about?
I think that is a compliment. Favorite cousin's favorite cousin. I appreciate that. Thank you. What are we going to be talking about? Well, I'm going to tell you, surprise, surprise, we're going to be talking about common side effects.
Come inside.
And it wasn't the last episode. Thought it was the season finale. Was not the season finale. The internet lied. Don't blame me.
I was going to be pissed. I was actually kind of disappointed it was going to be the season finale. But
yeah, and then
that's good news.
Exactly. I got all riled up. Like, what the fuck? It's going to be the last episode. But then, lo and behold,
what you do about nothing?
A blue mushroom came from the sky and said, "You get one more week of good content, baby boy."
another episode.
One
You get
more
another episode.
But we do have some weird documentaries coming up. I've been watching some weird shit. So make sure you come check that out. You know, one of them YouTube ladies, the YouTube moms, have got a documentary. They got a documentary. I'll say I got one. They got a documentary about that. That's going to be really dope. Really dope. And new Charles Manson documentary came out. That was pretty dope. Had some new revealing things that I never knew before.
Oh yeah.
And I'm a big Charles Manson historian. So,
Ooh, Bill, if you haven't checked it out on YouTube, check out. It's called Redacted, and he's got one about Manson and how Manson has ties to the CIA.
yeah, that was in this documentary as well. So,
That was insane.
Nice little plug for the show. Thank you.
You're very
James.
They call
Thank
it
you.
teaser in the show.
Yeah, a little titty twister or no rub. No, I don't know. Depending on how you like it, titty
Yeah.
twister might be something you into.
Different strokes.
Don't forget the safe word.
I'll put them strokes on different. Oh, no, that's not what I meant.
Not to you guys should check the chat, but go ahead. Private chat.
Okay.
Oh,
Sure thing. Yeah.
It's got our safe words.
Guys, check out the show this Thursday where we'll be talking about common side effects. But I guess we should go ahead and get into the nitty and the gritty. 9. Sorry, not 9. Jesus Christ. I'm all over the place today. Jeff, what are we talking about on Jeff's comic book corner today?
So it wasn't one of the ones that I had for us a while ago, you know, and I had that giant list. But I figured, hell, we're watching the show. We might as well talk about Daredevil. So this is one of the Daredevil stories that I really got into from 2019. And it's interesting because while it's not like this is the book that they used for Born Again, but it's got a lot of similar themes between them. So anyway, this one starts off with Matt just at a bar, walking up and talking to a very attractive lady. He's just asking, like, is the seat taken? She's, you know, no, blah, blah, blah. So Matt sits down. They start talking. Turns out, like, they're celebrating. There's a party going on at the bar because, like, some guy got out of prison or some shit. Anyway, shockingly, Matt starts flirting up with her and everything. And she sees the pills. She's like, listen, not to be that person, but, like, should you really be drinking while you're taking these? And then Matt's like, oh, yeah, no, actually, you know, they're prescribed. And
It's
she's
because
like,
of the hackers. Oh, sorry.
it's because of the hackers. And he's explaining.
I'm supposed to be on mute. I apologize. Hold on.
And, you know, it's one of those things where he starts explaining to her that the reason why he's got these pills is because he says he's recovering from an accident. So she asks for one, and he says, no, sorry, I can't give you a pill. But, and then from there, we just kind of move along. And we get a flashback. And we flash back to Matt and his father when he's a kid. And his dad's dragging him into the church because Matt got in trouble for fighting. Or I'm sorry, not for fighting this time, but for breaking and entering, which Matt tries to explain he didn't break, he just entered, so he doesn't see the big problem. Well, Matt's dad has to, like, go to work, so he leaves him with the priest, and the priest and Matt are talking, and the priest is saying, like, you know, Matt, you're a good boy, but you still have to follow man's law, and you know, you broke man's law. And so, you know, as far as I can tell, the thing that you did wrong was you got caught. So, you know, just pushing Matt to not really care about it. Cut back to the president. We got Matt and the hottie. They just had a night together. And she's sitting there and she's talking and she's like saying how nice it is that he's blind. And he's like, oh, God, please don't make my disability your fetish. And while he's doing this, he's also got some, you know, internal monologue going on there. And he mentions a few things, just giving us some background on Daredevil. First off, he used to be the leader of the Hand. Second off, he's died and come back several times. He's talking about, he's been through a lot. And, the reason he was taking those pills is that he was actually hit by a friggin' truck recently. So, just kind of going through some stuff there. Anyway, so she and him are talking, and he's like, oh, so please don't make my my disability your fetish. And she goes, oh, it's not. Your muscles are my fetish. But anyway, so they're sitting there and they're talking. She's like, it's just nice to talk with someone and not have to worry that I'm being judged for being beautiful and da-da-da. Which is great because then Matt, smooth as shit, goes, and yet you are beautiful. And she goes, and yet I am. And anyway. So later on, it cuts to just a random bodega and a bunch of police. And the police are sitting there and they're talking. And this rookie cop is like, should we, we got called in, da-da-da. And the veteran is saying, like, nope, they said Daredevil. If it's got any of these vigilantes, just pretend you didn't hear shit and move along. And she's like, what are you talking about? We can't do that. And he's like, listen, we're already short-staffed. Nobody catches these guys. The dude that was taken out, he's called Pistol Pete, so whatever. Who gives a shit about him? But most importantly, Mayor Fisk has a real bug up his ass about these heroes. So if we put anything like that in a report, we're going to be hearing about it until the cows come home, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so he's trying to push this kid not to do anything when all of a sudden this new cop walks up and he's saying, and he's like, do we know who did this? And she's like, I mean, no one got a visual, so we're not really sure. And he's like, you know who it is though. He walks up to the victim and he goes, who did this? And he just goes, Daredevil. So he walks back to the cops and he's like, I don't know what you think you're doing. This is our job. I don't care if it causes a lot of headaches because, Fisk and the heroes and everything. I don't care if you don't want to do it. We're reporting this. And now, because of what you just did, I'm going to report you. And the veteran cop starts like trying to give him guff, but he is not dealing with it at all. He shuts it down quick and he shuts it down quick. And he's like, no, you really want to keep talking trash like that? He flat out goes like, you want to take a swing? Good luck. I'll give you a shot, but only one. Anyway, so turns out his name's Detective Cole. He's just transferred from Chicago. And so when they're like, okay, we'll file all the stuff the right way, but like, why are you so gung-ho about this? And he goes on this diatribe about how like, this isn't just about like, look at how beaten these guys were. This wasn't just about stopping them. This wasn't just about breaking up a robbery. He did this because he liked it. And that's why I'm going after him.
Mm.
So from there, we cut back to a flashback. And in this one, we can see that Matt's been through his accident. And he's sitting there and he's just like, the priest is like, so where's your dad? And he's like, Dad's always working. He has to. He's got to pay for my hospital bills. So I just came here. And it's not like I can do anything. He's like, I'm a freak. I'm useless. I'm broken now, And the priest is really trying to comfort him and everything. And the priest is even saying, like, no, listen, you hate God right now. And that's okay. You have every right to hate God. But he's like kind of catching it on already. He's alluding to all the stuff. He's like, but, there's more to the world than just sight. And I think that this is actually going to end up being a gift. It's going to reveal the world in ways you would never understand. Clearly alluding to Matt's going to become Daredevil. So after that, we see Matt back in the current timeline. He's in his apartment and he can't sleep. And he was talking about like, when he was lying in that hospital bed forever because his body had to just slowly heal itself. So eventually, and he's like, it felt like a cage and now I'm just feeling all antsy and stuff. So he gets up and he starts walking around his apartment, and they do a really good job here of showing his radar vision, which I've always liked. I think they do a really good job of it in the comics, where he's walking around his apartment and everything, but every time he touches something, like at one point he just scrapes his hand over a countertop, and we see the world the way he sees it, which is literally just like these radiating lines. It's literally echolocation. It's a really cool visual. But from there, he obviously hears crime and goes out as Daredevil. And God, they just do such cool. This is just one full page of him just running out doing the Daredevil stuff. And I'll say this book actually kind of reminded me, because we then see Matt running through town dressed in his Daredevil outfit, talking about how, it's a lot like, Batman's Bat Signal or a bunch of these other ones where a big part of it is being seen so that the criminals know he's out there and everything. But so like one thing about the comics that I think is lost in this show, and understandably so, it'd be hard to do this with CGI, is how much of an acrobat Daredevil is. So that's one of the things I like about this one. And also, obviously, like I said, I'm missing from the show. But like one thing in that we're seeing is while he's still got it, while he's still Daredevil and running out and jumping around and everything, he's slower than he was. He's still doing it, but not as good as he was before. So anyway, and that's where, his foot is like slipping right there in that top part of that. But anyway, so we cut to this just like a bodega, maybe a liquor store. And it's just these guys robbing it. And they're like, oh, yeah, we should have brought 3 guys. No, 4's enough. Or 2 guys. I don't know. They're whatever you talk about when you're in the middle of a robbery. So anyway, they're robbing the joint. And obviously Daredevil shows up. And he jumps down and he kicks off one of them. One of them shoots a gun, and we see his radar sensors go crazy while he dodges and throws his baton out. These guys are, they're fighting him. He's fighting them back. And it's really cool. It's one of those, like, he's disarming them with his baton. But then the fight starts going poorly for Matt. There's scenes where he throws a punch but completely whiffs. Then the guy just decks him right in the face. He goes to throw a counter and the guy blocks it easily. And in this entire fight, it's a couple pages of this. We just see Matt basically, he's winning, but he's not fighting like Daredevil, and he's not fighting well at all. So as he's fighting, one of the guys, he knocks it and, like with an elbow or some shit, and the guy falls backwards. And then another guy's got a gun and he's shooting it off. And Matt's on the ground and like not doing so well. So he literally just has to like grab one of their ankles and like twist it. Real street brawler, dirty fighting stuff. And then, eventually they got Matt on the ground and they're trying to kick at him and all that shit. There's one really cool scene where there's a guy just completely outlined in the radar vision because he's yelling out. Yeah, that one right there. And and I mean, Matt wins, kind of. He's beat to fuck. They're knocked out, but he's beat to shit. He is bleeding. He is not doing well. So he starts running away, but like the liquor store's on fire behind him. He can't stop to help them because all the cops are showing up. So he's running and he's he's like on these rooftops and he's sitting there. And I love this line. He's like, I fought the Hulk. I fought Ultron, armies of ninjas. And my obituary almost just read Daredevil killed by 3 robbers. And he's talking about, and this is a really cool line. He says, and oh, by the way, he was Matt Murdock, lawyer and former mayor. I don't know. Matt was also mayor at one point. So yeah, he's kind of realizing that even though he wants to get out there, even though he's still Daredevil, he doesn't really have it like he used to. Mm-hmm. So from there, we cut back to another flashback. This one, when he's in his vigilante phase, but he's not really Daredevil yet. And, he's doing confession. And, he's like, I beat the fuck out of some people. And the priest's like, that sounds pretty serious. And Matt's like, is it? Like, these guys were bad people. Like, he goes, even Jesus, stormed into the temple and threw off the tables from all the moneylenders and da-da-da-da. And the priest is like, yeah, Jesus drove them out with some degree of violence. He goes, he was also the Son of God. So there's that. But then he says something that's even more important. And I think it obviously really resonates with Matt. He says, like, you're just a man. There's a difference. And he goes, the main thing he says, there's a difference between a man who saves someone through the unfortunate use of violence and someone who seeks violence like an addict. And that really resonates with Matt. So anyway, from there, we cut back to the present. And this is where things get really, really interesting. So we got Cole at the scene of the fight and the fire. And clearly, he knows it's Daredevil. He picks up one of his batons. But then we also get images of Fisk. And Fisk, being all mayoral, and he's so happy because he's hearing on the news about this fight Daredevil was in. But not just this fight where he got the shit beat out of him, but more so, like, the important part for Fisk is that there was a fire. Daredevil didn't stop it. People got hurt really, really badly. And where it gets really bad is they're talking about these two guys are in serious condition. They're in the ICU, all this. But then they talk about the third guy. And it cuts to Matt sleeping on his bed, covered in blood, parts of the suit just strewn across the floor. And there it says the third guy died from head trauma. So it turns out Matt didn't just fight these guys off. He accidentally killed one of them. And that's the end of the first issue.
Son.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
which
son.
is also obviously why Fisk was so happy.
Yeah, I didn't know that Matt was mayor of New York.
I mean, I had heard that he was the leader of the Hand at one point, which is still really weird to me. But yeah, I had no fucking clue he was mayor at one point, just like Fisk.
Yeah, and that is a really great last shot.
Sweet.
Right. This series of Daredevil has some amazing artwork and obviously a really great story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love the art in the book. It's a really cool art style. I feel like a lot of the artists for Daredevil have gotten really creative with it.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, hell, at one point we had Frank Miller. When Elektra dies, when Bullseye kills her with her own side, that's Frank Miller right there. So it's always gotten some of the best writers, and then obviously the best artists are attracted to it as well. This run is actually written by Chip Zdarsky, who's one of the he is one of the most celebrated comic book writers and artists right now. Some of his tags, I mean, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, obviously Daredevil. The guy, it's insane his credits.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
and I don't know if you guys have played Marvel Rivals yet.
I've heard it's amazing.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
It's really fun. And they're thinking about adding, I think the rumor is that Daredevil is going to be the next character that they add. And
I'll bet it coincides with the end of this season.
Probably something like that.
But
yeah, I wonder how they're going to present his powers and like how his play style, because every hero has a unique play style. So will it be just like a black screen that you're playing and you just get little radiation echolocation bumps, or I don't know.
I wonder if it would be like if there's a lot of explosions and things like that, you like go blind for a second because the sound's overwhelming him.
Oh, well, that's going to be tough because there's always a bunch of explosions in that game.
Figure that shit out later.
I mean, navigation-wise, Marvel Heroes? I don't remember. There was a Marvel game where you could play as 4 characters and switch between them. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That's fire.
But Daredevil, he
Oh,
didn't, like,
the
his
one
never-
we
Ultimate
played that.
Alliance?
Ultimate Alliance.
Ultimate Alliance. Thank you. Yeah.
I was about
Yeah.
to say we know that one. Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. I wasn't
And-
listening really. I'm trying to do 10 things right now, but yes, no. Ultimate
Yeah,
Alliance.
and Daredevil's navigation wasn't any different, but all of his moves were crazy acrobat. It was like I was saying, he's an acrobat. It was
Mhm.
jumping around, moving around the screen. It was so hard to hit him.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be fun to play as
Yeah.
when he adds to the game.
Yeah, he's a fun player, fun character on there.
He's
like,
a real
and
player.
To
Cause
like I guess like the Russian nesting doll of Ultimate Alliance. Did you guys ever play X-Men Legends? Those
Of
games?
course. Yeah.
Oh man, that was like what started it all.
Dude, and then they
That
made
shit.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and it was okay, but one of the biggest issues was you only got 4 superpowers, as opposed to the other ones where you could choose from like 20, and it made it
Right.
so much better because you could customize your characters.
Yeah, I remember playing that one in a Best Buy. I did not. I was like, "This is cool. It's cool that they added all these characters like Spider-Gwen," but
Yeah,
I don't
that was really the only thing about it. By the way, Chip Zdarsky also wrote Harley Quinn, Batman, Public Domain, The Domain, Sex Criminals, which is a really interesting book, Original Sin, Howard the Duck, Civil War II, Doctor Strange. The guy's a fucking genius.
Yeah,
Genius.
I'm looking at his little-
Bibliography.
Yeah, bibliography. I was
His
it's not
biblioteca?
filmography. What's the thing with books?
his biblioteca. It's a library.
Sex Criminals is a crazy interesting one too. It's when this couple has sex,
Criminals are always interesting. First of all,
when they have sex, they can stop
real.
time for everyone except themselves for a little bit. So they start like robbing banks and stuff. But in order to be able to, they have to go to the bathroom and get it on.
That sounds like an
I'm here for it.
Right?
Interesting, yeah. I'm here for it too. That's ridiculous.
It sounds like Seth Rogen is going to be producing that for Amazon Prime.
yeah.
Man,
Well,
it's
here
like-
for
Speaking of, I don't know if you guys heard, but evidently Kirkman has said that there's a video game in the works.
I saw a mobile video game for Invincible, and it looks pretty fucking rad, honestly.
Mobile?
That's one
I
of those ones where
just posted us in a Severance fans group on Twitter. I just posted our stream in there. I wonder if I'll get
See what
banned.
happens.
That's what happened on Reddit. I got banned.
We'll see. Let's test those waters.
Testing them right now, baby.
Oh man. But yeah, speaking of which, I guess we should move into our first topic of the night.
Yeah, because I just posted it, so people like, what the fuck these niggas talking about?
These niggas talking about comic books.
These nerd ass niggas talking about. You's a nerd too, nigga, coming in and listening.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go.
No.
But yes, that's right. We were talking about the season finale of the very popular Apple TV Plus show. Severance season 2, episode 10, Cold Harbor. This has been a long time coming. I mean, I think it's fair to say this is like the most anticipated finale. I mean, it's been a very short year so far. We're only in March, but but this has been a very highly anticipated finale.
Remember, we're just saying quarters now. We just talk about life in quarters.
This is the most anticipated finale of the first quarter of 2025.
That's right.
But James,
this quarter's been a long one.
This corner has been a long one.
James-
Corner? This quarter. Quarter?
Tomato.
Am I saying it?
Supposedly.
Can I talk? I'll need a shot.
According to our fans, no.
Yeah, that's true.
James, what were your initial thoughts on this finale? Satisfying?
Man,
Hold this.
this was so good. It was going to be so hard for them because just look at everything you need to tie together in an hour and 15 minutes. Which, first, before I say anything else, kudos for having an hour 15-minute runtime and going like an hour 13. Thank you, thank you, Disney. Fucking take notes.
Take them notes.
Oof.
Yeah, you don't need 6 minutes of credits.
Right? But there was so many things they had to tie together. There were so many different storylines, and I'm blown away at how well they tied things together, at how intrigued I still am with where they left off, and with just some of the revelations were great. The mystery and intrigue was great. The communication between Mark and Mark was great. I can't say enough good things about this episode.
Okay. Yeah. This was definitely an interesting way to close it out. We mentioned how this is very much a mystery box kind of show, but they answered surprising number of questions in this
just
final
providing
episode.
you larger questions.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Bill? What were your initial thoughts on this?
Sorry, I liked it. I thought it was dope. Like I said, we've been watching a show for 2 seasons now that we don't know quite what the show is about exactly, which shows and speaks to how great the performances are in this show, because we don't know what the fuck we watching, but we still watch. Like that. This show has been amazing. This is probably the first thing that I've actually really liked that Ben Stiller did. Like the
That's
first
so
thing.
mean.
I feel like that's a compliment. It's like,
I mean, just so you like it.
No dodgeball. You didn't like dodgeball?
well,
Everybody likes Dodge.
The Watch?
it's like God laughs, you know.
The Watch?
The Watch.
The Watch is barely a movie.
What is that?
I
man?
love that movie.
What is
Tropic
The Watch?
Thunder?
It's the one about the aliens and then.
No, I had a
Neighborhood
problem
Watch.
with Tropic Thunder. I was on the I
Not
don't
enough
fuck with
blackface?
Yeah, I was on that train way before anybody was saying anything about it in the Me Too time. I was saying shit way back when it came out. I was like, y'all can go coon with that nigga if y'all want to, but I'm not going to watch that bullshit. That's fucking taking us back 60 fucking years, black people on movies and television.
I mean,
I love Tropic Thunder.
I thought it was smartly
I said,
done.
y'all,
And
like I said,
He
y'all
was
can
just
coon.
striving.
you also said you like the blackface.
He was
in that
striving for that
movie,
deluxe
right?
apartment.
No,
in the
I didn't say
sky.
I like no blackface and no Pootie Tang.
Okay.
Who was blackface and Pootie Tang?
David Cross. I remember you being like, well, that's just funny.
No, I don't like that. But
There's a comment that needs to
He
be
wasn't-
highlighted.
he wasn't trying to play a black guy. They were making fun of blackface, as opposed to this nigga gonna walk through the whole movie trying to be black. This is great.
The
This
fifth
is
Bantha
amazing.
said, can verify that's exactly what Bill said when it came out.
There's evidence. This is parenthetical evidence.
But what were we talking about now? Robert
Severance.
Downey Jr.?
Severance.
Oh yeah, Severance.
Ben
What
Stiller.
about it, Alex?
9. What was
Well,
your-
yeah, no, I said this is the first Ben Stiller movie
Yeah,
that
that's
I
right.
really,
That's-
or Ben Stiller project
what
that I
you
really
did.
like. But this is what his first TV thing, so maybe that's where we need to live at.
Yeah.
Ben, we
I've
need
never-
to live in the TV world.
Never really seen in any of the things he's directed either outside of Cable Guys. So I mean, yeah, he's definitely very
He's directed
talented.
a couple of his movies.
Yeah, but I haven't seen the ones.
He's
that
like, yeah, but I didn't see those.
yeah, those are the ones I
I
did not
told you.
see.
See, you don't want to say you don't fuck with him either, but you
I
don't
like
fuck
Ben
with him.
Stiller. I like Meet the Fockers.
Hey, I
Meet
love
the
his
Fockers
role
is-
in
Meet the
Happy
Fockers.
Happy.
No,
Gilmore.
wait.
Well, actually, I like Meet the Parents. I
Meet
really-
the Parents. Yeah, I was about to say Meet the Fockers is one of the worst fucking movies. But yeah, Meet
was
the
the sequel that
Parents.
did
Meet the Parents.
But yeah, Meet the Parents
I'm
is
with
great.
it. I'm good with that one. But this is
Secret
like,
Life of Walter Mitty.
I'll put it like this.
Never saw that one.
I'll put it
He
like
directed
this.
it.
Let me change it up a little bit.
Okay.
Because I know Ben is watching. I know that was you the other day. God damn it.
If Ben has an issue with what you said, I think he should come on here and debate you.
I think so too, but he's scared. But look,
No balls.
also
no
he doesn't
balls,
owe
man.
me anything because I said that he wasn't good. But I didn't say he wasn't good. I said I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't say he wasn't good. I said I didn't like it.
Different strokes.
And this is the first thing that I like,
He directed.
and I
Severance.
feel like it's great.
Mm.
You know, not just like, oh, it was a good movie. Oh, it's funny. No, this is great.
Yeah.
Like, take your drama portion of your brain, exercise that, and everything about funny is going to come out in it because that's who you are. Excellent job, Mr. Stiller.
Yeah.
You did your family right. You know, because you know his parents were huge.
Jerry Stiller, obviously,
they were bigger than he ever got. Like,
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
And and shout out to
His
Dan
wife?
Hutchinson, the creator of the show. The internet. If you ask the internet, they will say Ben Stiller is the creator of Severance, but it's actually Dan Hutchinson. Now Ben Stiller is just like the producer, and
he's just the executive producer along with Adam Scott. Like,
right.
I bet you that lady don't care though.
Who?
I'll bet you all that
Dan
money.
Hutchinson?
I was just saying, I bet you don't care because it's like, look, I'm getting all this bread.
Right? Yeah, it's like
Right?
let Ben
My
Stiller be
name
the
comes
face of
in
the show. Yeah.
my name comes up in the credits. They send that check.
Right?
Anybody can say what they want to say at that point.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this finale too. Like, for all the reasons y'all said, it's like very satisfying as far as answering a lot of questions. There are things about the show that continue to irritate me. Like, there are things that I have. There are problems with the world building that can just continue to be throughout the show because they're obviously not going to change it now. But
Problems or confusion?
Not confusion. I understand what's going on, but it's just the things that, like, that I mentioned about this first season that sort of irritated me, and it just sort of continues in this season. But those are nitpicks. Honestly, on the whole, like, this is a really great show, really well written. Britt Lowry might be my MVP because she was killing it this season. Even though her character didn't have a lot to do, the actor still did a lot with her performance. Maybe Adam Scott. Scott actually might be my MVP. But what about you, Nite?
Season 1 or season 2?
Hold on. What?
Actually, I would say season 1, Britt Lowry. Season 2, Adam Scott.
I'm gonna throw it to you, Nine, but I just want to say shout out to Nick Corleone. He just gave us a bunch of likes. Friend of the show. You know what I'm saying?
Love Nick.
He go look up The Lion King, see where they're touring at, and go check it out. He plays Timon.
Absolutely.
Go check it out.
Gotta have him back on the show.
Gotta have him back on the show. He's just fucking literally busy. He doesn't get off of work until this time Eastern time.
Yeah, Jesus.
So like he's doing every day. This dude does plays basically like every other day, every third day. Like
it's running that play.
Booked and blessed.
Booked and blessed. I don't know. Sorry. It just kind of sounds like you're a prostitute. Does it not? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
You can be booked in a lot of different ways. I don't think just prostitution.
I just said it was just me. I said it was just me.
Well, I'm an Instagram model, and I haven't been blessed with being booked.
So. You have been booked. So you ain't been booked. See, somebody will bless you one day when they book you. Bless you.
Yeah. My DMs are open.
See, I used to call giving a girl like you. I call it I'm gonna bless her.
Okay. I think I read that.
I'm gonna give her that. I'm gonna give her that blessing.
What about you, Nine? What were your initial thoughts on this episode?
It was awesome. Like, I feel like it shifted, or this episode in particular shifted into that like espionage, almost like a Mission Impossible episode. I feel like just a slice out of a Mission Impossible movie. The stakes were there, the plan was there, the way that you need to like try to communicate with people, try to communicate with people without them knowing exactly what you're up to is I thought it was just awesome. They explored like a lot of the things that I wish that they would have explored in earlier parts of the season, and we got all of that.
Word. I said don't say nothing else because I was gonna see if Jeff was gonna say something, and I was like, oh, watch, Jeff's gonna say something. I was wrong. He didn't say nothing.
No, it does feel like a Mission Impossible, episode, but what if Ethan Hunt was not skilled at all in it?
Right. Well, he does not know how to hold a gun.
Well, one one part of Mission Impossible, and every single one, at some point, the plan has to go wrong.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that's true.
does it?
Has there been a single Mission Impossible where it
Right.
hasn't?
Yeah.
Did you see
Everything
how
went-
bad the plan went in the first one? All of them but 2 died.
Technically, the
and the
plan.
one that didn't die.
Technically, the plan
ran on
to
it.
kidnap Philip Seymour Hoffman in Mission Impossible 3
It
was
worked.
a success, but then everything went bad after that.
You mean the part where they took the guy they kidnapped somewhere? Yeah.
Yeah,
That did not go well.
well, they successfully kidnapped him, but then afterwards it went bad.
He was.
I
yeah,
would argue
he
it
was
doesn't
escaped.
count. I mean, they didn't even get it. They got him off the plane. No, we're not doing this. We're not doing
Right?
this.
We need to have a
Nope.
whole Mission
Uh-uh.
Impossible
Yep.
podcast. The movie's coming out this year. We can do it. We can do it.
I mean, so we clearly need to break down
damn.
every single one leading up. Okay, I'm in. How many seasons did the show have? Let's do
That's
this.
it. How many? But yeah, no, I thought that this is like an interesting episode. Like one of the things that I
The
thought
show's
was,
only
like,
7 seasons. Let's do it.
Oh shit, we can do that. That's a breeze.
What show?
Mission Impossible.
The TV show
Yeah, like
from
the
the
1980s.
the 70s. It's like 1978.
No, it's 1966.
Oh,
God
1966?
damn.
Holy shit!
I was off by like 12 years. Jesus Christ.
I love
It's
how you're
only
just
a-
cackling about how badly we got the decade wrong. But you guys don't even know how old this
It's
is.
only 171 episodes.
Oh, that's all.
Oh my gosh.
What do we got?
But
here?
yeah, let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's talk about what happened in this episode. Through video recordings, Mark's Audi asks his innie to rescue Gemma from the testing floor after he completes the Cold Harbor file.
Oh, you can get closer.
Huh?
Get a little closer to me.
Oh, we're doing this now.
Well,
but
that's
yeah,
the.
It's fun because now it looks like we're in line with Gemma, Adam, and Helly.
Yay!
yeah, we're all little bubbles. What did you guys think of this scene? Because I thought this is like a really compelling way to show like a way for them to converse. Starts out kind of sweet because it's their first time like technically meeting each other, but then it just it has this sinister turn because neither one of them really trust each other, and you can see like the temperament of both of them sort of bubbling out. Nine, what did you think of this scene?
Yeah, it was executed. It was one of those themes or like one of those parts that I wanted them to do. Like, yeah, what if you could have like that constant dialogue with your innie and your outie? And I am very happy that they got to it in this way. And I was wondering because when they got to the birthing, the breeding ranch, James,
The breeding ranch is
whatever.
wild.
I mean, that's the correct name.
I was like, how?
really way to put it is just
Yeah,
that
I
is
was
wild.
like-
It is.
I was like, how are they going to be able to talk to each other? And then they pulled out the camcorder. I was like, that's it right there. That is gold, I feel like. And just the dialogue of like, it's like if you were able to talk to your like blackout self.
Oh no!
Like,
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's like what if the
It's like-
guys from The Hangover could talk to the
Right.
themselves who like
Yeah.
actually like stole the tiger? Yeah,
You know
Right.
what? I feel bad for you guys because Blackout Jeff writes Sober Jeff notes. They're often quite sweet and they're often indecipherable.
I bet they're haikus.
Oh, that's a see. That is funny, but see, I hate that you make me basically the fucking what's his name from Saturday Night Live.
Lauren?
Yeah, you make me
Lauren
the Lauren Michael of this show because you tell inside jokes that no one else understands, and then I'm like, "What in the fuck
Yeah.
are we doing right
I'm,
now?"
I'm the guy who
If
was
you
like, we need
want
to do
to
the B
know,
sketch again.
we need to do
Just
the
go
yeah,
back
we need to
and
do
listen
the
to
shark.
previous episodes.
We need to
We
do
need to do
land shark
one more time.
That's
Am I-
motherfucking. my
Am I
life.
missing out on the inside joke right now?
We
the
mentioned
haikus?
haikus once,
Oh,
and
okay.
I spent the rest of the episode writing them. Not
Oh.
well.
Like 3 weeks.
It was like, no, it was
you
like
were
3
doing
weeks. It was
Yeah.
like Shogun week. Every
It
Shogun
was
week.
Shogun. That's when it was.
It was like every
Okay.
Shogun we got a haiku.
Yeah, Kirstyn was not enjoying it.
I was absent during Shogun.
Yeah, you missed
Blackout
out. We
Jeff
had
also
mad-
likes to buy things for Sober Jeff, which makes Amazon deliveries quite interesting.
Oh, same. Yeah.
Oh, what is it like a fucking
blackout buying is
You guys have too much money. That's what. It,
No, I don't. That's why it's a bad idea.
yeah, right. It's like, God damn, why do I only have $27 in my account?
Rent's
Yeah.
due
Yesterday.
tomorrow.
when I have 20, when I only have, well, no, you know what? Let's just keep on pushing because
Right here, right.
so-
I got it right
you
here.
can play
for
some of
you.
this because look, I'm trying this thing where we do this angle here so that we can preview some clips without getting, without getting hit by the copyright shit. Like we really are reviewing it. So
I did-
I'm just trying to see.
Yeah.
This is like a
I
review
did-
format.
I
This
did
is just a line. Well, this is just a line
Oh, yeah.
where it made me feel like it is like, I created you as a prisoner and as an escape. And I'm like, yeah, that's me talking to Blackout.
Yeah, dude,
I
there's
brought
gotta
you
be
into
so
this
many-
world
You
and
know
I'll
I
take
created
you out.
The Severance memes have got to be wild. And
Yeah, they're up right now on Twitter's.
And I did rip a quick clip because obviously we can't do too much because of the copyright. But let me just play a clip from this scene.
Thank you. Oh, our nips just touched. Mine are so hard.
Mine are different sizes.
You get one, Alex, and you burnt it too early. You burnt it
Yeah,
way
you
too
ran
early.
it,
Oh.
you burnt it
Blackout.
out.
Oh, there is
Yeah.
no limit to how many Christine Miliani clips I will play.
I will delete the clip right now.
Blackout Jeff is gonna send Sober Alex coyote urine through the mail.
And Blackout
sorry you
Alex
gotta
is
deal
going to
with it.
use it to pass the piss test.
Say, oh, thank you.
One of the things with the Innie and the Audi talking is there's so many ways they could have done it. Like they could have done it the Gollum way, where literally it's just like one's talking
Right.
like this and one's talking like this, or they could have done part that they did do later on, which is like just like kind of have them eventually like sitting across from each other, but like it's clear that they're not actually across from each other. But I thought that the way that they did it worked really, really well, especially because in the beginning it was us as the viewer watching what Innie or Audi Mark is doing as well. So it's not just showing us the screen, it's showing them pressing play, flipping it around. I thought that the way that they did it kept us. I felt very much immersed in the scene.
I
And
got the tab pulled up right here.
and Nine, I think you were saying it too. The fact that like it started out super sweet, but then went to a legit argument. I thought that was so good and so much better than just being like, okay, let's make a plan together. All right.
Like this right here.
Yeah, so if they had started with that, I don't think it would have worked. I think going from watching them with the camera and then slowly doing it into moving into this was really, really well done.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Awesome. We had this interesting conversation with Cobell and Mark because the conversation between the Marks
Kobe
was
and
not
Mark.
going great. Oh, hi, Mark.
Why is that not on here?
that would have been very useful through the Invincible and Severance conversation.
Oh, hi, Mar.
It's weird that we're ending our Mark.
I did not.
You know what clip you need? You need a wedding singer clip. Once again, information that would have been useful yesterday.
Yeah, the fucking yeah. Check out the Adam Sandler Doesn't Hold Up's coming on a couple of weeks from now.
Well, yeah,
a week, 2 weeks from now.
Tomorrow.
Billy Ness is coming out Wednesday,
Oh,
and then
tomorrow.
that'll start the train. Yeah,
I'm running a whole. Oh, sorry.
But yeah, we get this interesting conversation between Mark and Cobell, where Cobell is like, "I want to talk to any Mark," and she just basically
to any Mar.
lays out a few different things for him, like a lot of questions that we've had about the logistics of everything.
Some pretty quick facts.
Yeah, it's kind of
glosses over.
Well, it's kind of an exposition dump. But
do you want to? Are you about to say any of the exposition?
I was trying to find the line, but I can't find it.
Well, while you search, I'm going to talk about the line because it was really well. You know what? 9 can play it. I just think you should go to the you should go to this angle.
All of us.
The numbers are your wife or what?
Yeah, which part were you looking for?
I mean, I don't remember exactly, but I was just basically talking about how the numbers are his wife and that she.
Why do you think you feel the feelings and all that shit?
Right, and basically just like laying out to him.
That didn't make sense to me because then why does everyone else feel it?
Yeah, that is one of the things. That's one of the problems I have with it. But yeah, like she does basically lay out that there's no reason for him to like put up this fight. Basically, he's like, you're gonna die tomorrow, no matter what.
Before you go, Jeff, you go right after this. I want 9 to play just a little bit of this scene right here, maybe 6 seconds, 7 seconds.
Whoop. Hit the wrong one.
Just 6 seconds of people looking at each other.
We will get claimed. We will get claimed for a still screen. It's bullshit.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. The people underneath us are going to think we are crazy.
Thank God I only share one wall with a neighbor.
We got a wall on the floor.
Whoa.
Pause right there real quick. Because this is one of the problems I have with the logistics of the show. Because
that a
it's
woman's
like,
in charge? God.
Yeah, I don't.
So,
that's so
sexist.
unrealistic. I've never seen a woman in charge in my life. But I don't understand. Jokes. I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm saying one episode.
I don't understand why anyone else is there except for Mark. If Mark is the only person who can contribute to the completion of.
Well, yeah, it's like what else was they fucking doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why are the other refiners there if he is in control of her tempers? I think this is a bit of a lie. I think she's only halfway telling him the truth, you know.
So one thing I was thinking about is, first off, remember Mark's in charge, and they were saying Mark's the one who's integral to all this. But then two, remember that they kept her around as Miss Casey. And every time someone had to do one of those weird therapy sessions with Miss Casey, whether it was a good or a bad one, they ended up coming back and being way more productive.
Is it me? Is it just me
doing what?
Well, I got a question.
Choosing her tempers.
I got a question. I want to bring it in for the real thing since we asking. I want to get y'all closer.
Fifth Panther's got a good theory there.
Before we get to the theory, I got a question. Is Miss Casey hotter than Gemma? Is that something?
It's saying. I see what you mean, but he dresses nice. Who doesn't like a lady in a pencil skirt? You know?
Exactly.
I don't know.
I was going with she's a robot.
The demeanor.
Who wants a personality?
It's a Stepford Wives situation where it's like, she's so much better when she's not moving or speaking.
I think, I thought about it the other day because when I was watching it, I was like, yo, Miss Casey's wild. Could you date a girl like Miss Casey?
Not for long.
I was like, you know what? I think I could, but I just think that I'd have to get over what everybody else would think. Because everybody else.
Do you like watching TV with me? Like, what do you like to do, Miss Casey? Because you're kind of weird, dog.
Miss Casey loves to watch Netflix.
Yeah.
Miss Casey.
My Audi loves. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know.
You just finished
These are
watching the Shawshank Redemption, and she's sitting there like, and just that was my favorite movie of all time.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you couldn't have her as a girlfriend or a wife because it would just feel like you're running over her. And that's really no way to have a productive relationship, and it really would never work out. So you should just leave her down there on the 7th floor.
We'll get to that by the end of the episode, but like that's kind of like my theory of like, you know, any Mark choosing Helly.
Okay. Oh, you think?
Want to get into that?
First of all, Miss Casey hotter than
Well,
oh yeah.
All right. Fifth Vance's comment there.
Sorry, Britt. Yeah,
I love you, Brett, but you don't got nothing.
The other people are creating the other Ennies too, and Cold Harbor is Mark's wife, so that's why he was doing that one.
Well, he was doing the other ones were her as well. She went to 26 different rooms.
But
24, and then Cold Harbor was the 25th.
No.
25th. Okay.
So the personalities, and the important thing about the Cold Harbor, the reason he says it was Mark's wife was because that's the test to make sure that she doesn't have any memories of his wife, while the other ones were creating like random personality gemmas, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, you're building an algorithm where each person kind of is like, you know, substacking the test, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you want to make sure that in each different scenario, other people's strong personalities aren't also intertwining with that. But Mark is still the most important one.
Yeah,
I was.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was just gonna say that that doesn't make, at least in the first episode of this season, they kind of make it seem like the new employees are also all working on the same like projects. And
I'm from a project.
They're the PJs. It does seem like they're all working on the same projects. And because they mentioned that they're not as productive, and we see obviously why Mark is more productive because he has some like this emotional connection to these numbers. Still not sure how the numbers work, but
at least it was a happy one.
Yes, at least this one's a happy one. I just don't fully understand. Maybe they will explain the logistics. Maybe we don't need
and also I don't know why. I don't know if the numbers are, I mean, the feelings are matched what's going on, because she said Helly or Helena said that it was a happy one, but she is in there dismantling the crib of her dead baby.
Not then.
No,
then.
Right that's
then?
What that was what they were doing. He finished Cold Harbor. I say they because Helena had to force his hand. She was the one that rolled the ball. She was the one that clicked the B or made him click the B. You know what I'm saying? To refine the last temper. Dude, this is the nerdiest shit that I've ever said in my life. I think that's literally
maybe there is a bit of happiness in that.
Well, no,
I thought you were talking about Helly, and it was like the entire time she's like, God, I gotta get rid of this guy. And so she's like, yeah, you should use the temper.
But like, you know, like just building up a emotional framework sounds complicated, and there needs to be a lot more people involved in not just like one aspect of that person's personality, but like multiple. Like maybe it is okay. I have two theories. Maybe the other NAs are also working on different shit, and two, maybe it's just like the most complex personalities to help build this one person.
I don't know why it cut you out just then.
It does that sometimes.
It does that, yeah.
Especially with that, before. It always used to do it to us. Now it does it to everybody else. That's
the equal opportunity.
That sound clip is very weird for some reason.
Do you know why?
It doesn't start the same every
because it's
time.
exposing the truth.
Yeah. They don't want to hear.
Okay. Did they
like that?
Do we have any theories on the goats? Other than just like, we need a sacrifice.
We're about to get to
seems
that,
like-
right?
We might as well get to it. We're here.
Let's
We're
go
here.
ahead
We're queer.
move
We
it
got
right-
goats and deers.
Actually, before we get to the goats and everything that happens in the last act
You want
of
goat?
this-
You give me goat.
You want goat? Before we get to the last,
Pancha, what you do now?
before we get to the
She pop it in on the poo poo. Oh, sorry.
check out our Billy Madison episode. It doesn't hold on.
Oh man.
But
Can I
That
play
wasn't
the?
gibberish. That was.
Can I play the
patois.
clip where he? Can I play the clip where he gets onto the severed floor because it's like super.
Oh, so good.
Oh
It's
yeah,
super
that's
cool.
pretty great.
I care for you.
Hold on.
That was
Actually,
also
yeah, no,
really crazy too.
Actually, before we
Right.
get to the
Trying to do this angle, see if they keep us from see if I have
Yeah,
less work to do after this show is
Yeah.
over.
well,
We
actually,
need a fourth temper.
since we're
on
on
the
this scene,
Yeah.
we need a fourth tip.
Where you at, Terry? No, you were
Uh,
listening. No, you were listening.
I want to be Malice. But I want to talk about the scene since you pulled it up because it is interesting, like seeing the disconnect between Devin and Mark with any Mark because this was more just a concept and an idea for a really long time. They weren't really confronted with the idea of this whole person who's been created from the severance process, and now actually like discussing it with him is like, oh, you have like thoughts and feelings and love and goals, and like you're a real goddamn person.
Real boy.
What did you think about just like specifically Devin's interaction with Mark? Because she seemed
With
like
who?
she Devin's interaction with Mark.
No, who are you asking the question?
I was going
Well-
to say in just a second, James. Well, what did you think?
It felt to me like she was still dismissive. Like she was just kind of sitting there like, hey, dude, come on. Can we stop playing? I mean, I want my brother. And it was,
Right.
it felt like she was just kind of like, all right, can we get this over with almost? Which I'll be honest, I understand because until we had the conversation between Mark and Mark, that was what really drilled it home for me that just how different they are. Because even with like Dylan and his wife, and like even when we're getting all these really big emotions with the innies, and for me at least, there was still a part of that was just like, all right, whatever. They'll still be alive. I mean, like their innie won't be like walking and talking and in control, but whatever, the person's still alive. So I feel for Devin with that. And again, like I wonder if she had seen the like if she had rewatched that little video, I wonder how she would have taken it then.
9, what do you think?
I think it's like almost politically radicalizing because the fact that they need him so much to get this done, but when he actually they actually try to consider his thoughts and his feelings, they're ready to be like, yeah, but you will die for our cause. I was just like,
Right.
shit, you so you're my ally, and then once I express like any type of concern for like my life being lost, then all of a sudden I'm just exposable to you. And that's kind of like how he's been feeling his whole the whole time that he's been on screen. The innies have been on screen. They're trying to fight for something too. And
Right.
all of a sudden now you're disposable to them because what they believe in is way more important in their hearts. And I was like, damn,
Or
that's
here.
yeah.
It doesn't even make me think about
so crazy.
the movie I saw recently, Mickey 17. Where they
I saw
also
that
talked
too.
about-
That was
Yeah,
not as
good
funny as I
movie.
thought it was going to be.
It was funnier than I thought it was going to be. We got to talk about that.
Let's do it. Let's do a video.
Does it? No, that's true. But I'm
Just be you and Jeff
me and Jeff.
reviewing it.
Just a straight,
But both properties do talk about just like the disposability of employees in a corporate world or like any sort of like industry like this, where it's just like they see their employees as disposable, but they also like recognize good employees. It's like, man, wouldn't it be great if I could just use this guy up until he fucking loses his mind and then kill him and then bring back a revamped version so he doesn't realize all the trauma we put him through. And like it's sort of similar themes with both Mickey 17 and it's like let's sort of remove the trauma from the person.
Well, and an interesting point between both of them is when they are a good employee, when they do well, the reward is always it's never anything substantial at all. Like honestly, for both of them, it was like, hey, let's give them it was literally the whole like, hey, great job, here's a pizza party, as opposed to let's do anything to benefit your actual quality of life, which again is just corporate America in a nutshell. Literally the only difference between Mickey 17, Severance, and the real world is the choice of food.
I want a steak now. Jesus.
Ooh, you don't want Mickey 17 steak.
No, well, I haven't seen it. So
I'm not spoiling much.
Yeah, I won't be having it. That's all I can say is I won't be having it unless it's at home.
But yeah, Bill, how do you feel about that? Are you vibing with the kind of like message of that? Like, do you side with Innie Mark or Outie Mark more?
Me?
Yeah,
man, I'm going with the bad one.
I don't know which one that's supposed to be.
Oh well, for me is what's her name? Dai-chan?
Yeah.
Dai-chan Lockman.
Yeah, Dai-chan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nigga. Bring it in here. Let me tell you something. that young lady, I was about, you know what I was about to say, but that young lady is fine as hell. So, Britt, I'd have to leave you back there looking all sad, no shoes on. I'm like, put your shoes on, goddamn it. Fuck's wrong with you?
Broken glass everywhere.
Yeah, the broken glass everywhere.
I had to look up her ethnicity because I was like, don't know if
it's white.
Lockman.
She is she is Australian and like Polynesian. And
that makes sense to me.
I was like, okay.
She's
like,
Pacific.
She looks so unique. She's a very unique looking person.
Yeah, like
she's got to be one of those. She's one of those people. When you say she's Australian and what? Polynesian. Let me tell you what that means. Her family, her ancestors were ravaged by colonization and vape. And that's why, because that's what happened. Go look at your history.
The
Australia
English and the
Japan
French.
and Korea and the French and the English and China. They were fighting way before World War.
Well, I don't know if like that's.
I see what you're saying. I was just like, Japan was doing a lot of the colonizing.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So
I picked it up.
Her father's Australian and her mother is like
Polynesian. I'm just trying to look.
Hey, colonization is a real thing. Like one
real
time,
thing,
somebody
brother.
asked me because they realized that my last name was Scottish. She was like, "Oh, are you Scottish?" I was like, "No, I think my great grandfather's rapists were, but I don't think that I am."
Even if they weren't rapists, it was very weird.
Like, or at least
I'm saying, even if it was some love there, then it's still very fucking weird.
At least
I've never owned any girl that I've had sex with.
Seem to
never
love
owned her. Never owned her. You might call it owned her, like I might have owned her, you know, but not like
it's
not more like a lease.
to me.
It's not a legal thing.
It's more like a lease. You know, it's like
it's amazing to me how many people in America who will just say look like me don't understand how a lot of people in America who look like y'all might have we'll say the last names may have changed over the past couple hundred years. It might not be the original one.
Can I play the clip here?
I was so curious what clip was going to go there.
It was just a good time
Well,
here.
that wasn't the one. That wasn't what it meant.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was just really good. It was just really
I
great
hit that
timing.
bitch hard. I was looking for it. The goddamn control click kept happening, and I was pissed.
Before we get to the third act of this,
well, let him
so I
play
do
this
wanna-
clip, and then we'll jump into your third. Well,
Okay.
yeah,
Because
well,
we get
just play it.
that shit was
So
dope.
good.
That shit
Okay, go
was
ahead.
really
That's a
dope.
great segue because you said you were going to talk about Dylan.
Could you imagine if you started blacking out and then just waking up in a suit?
Right.
That's how I feel every Monday.
Oh god, today's Monday.
Let's wrap about Dylan for a little bit because he had an interesting conclusion to his little storyline.
Dylan and Milchick.
I say his little storyline. That sounds so fucking demeaning. Dylan returns to
Dill check.
Dill check.
Mhm.
I love how Milchick was just like, "Hey, like I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, go ahead and read this letter. I'm gonna leave because you probably gonna cry." And I don't
That
wanna be here
was-
for that.
That
No,
wasn't
he
in the
said,
script.
He said you probably gonna cry, and I got shit to do. That motherfucker took off running immediately. He could have waited until he got out the door. He just took off running.
That
I thought it was
wasn't
gonna be Superman
scripted.
in the next scene.
That wasn't
Wait,
scripted. The actor chose to do that. That was all. That was an improv.
What,
Him
running
just
down?
sprinting away. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
He thought.
No, I
it'd be,
love it.
He thought it'd be hilarious, but he's also like, also the last time they were alone together, he bit and attacked him. So
Get the
Yeah,
fuck
he's
in
like,
the
I
fuck
really
out
want to
here.
get away from this situation.
Yeah.
Also, he's got these white supremacists on his head trying to get him to do all this stupid shit.
Yeah.
oh,
I'm going with it. And we don't have to say anything. We don't have to talk about it too much, but these are white supremacists, right? Like these are people who are white supremacists.
Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Well, that's
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I
maybe
think
the
they're
Klan.
more about
Too much
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to disagree. They clearly just care about states' rights.
That's
Clearly, yeah.
suspicious. That's weird.
I feel like racist is like the bottom brick of the foundation of how weird these people are.
Oh yeah, it probably doesn't even show up on their little pie chart. Racism.
It reminds me of like that episode of
Well, it doesn't
Community
help their
where-
pie chart's completely white.
Yeah, he's got black slithers.
I remember it reminds me of the episode of Community where they said like the dean was gay. Like they finally, and like I think like one of the characters was like, "Dean, why don't you just admit that you're gay?" He's like, "Gay? I'm into a whole bunch of other shit." Like he's like offended that you only labeled him as gay.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like,
I got
gay.
all kinds of stuff going on.
Man, I slept with your grandmama last night. She fed me pork and beans.
Let's just
Oh,
say
yeah.
that whole I
Point
hope this
one,
doesn't awaken something in
Fuck
me.
you.
Ain't awoken. Yeah.
Hope this doesn't awaken something in me. But yeah, I did like this letter. Yeah, like you mentioned at the beginning, it says point one, fuck you. And it
Yeah.
seems very Dylan thing to say. Like
Oh,
just
yeah.
another thing where like we see these personalities sort of
Mhm.
transcend
But,
from any
yeah,
past.
but what I thought was interesting about it is it shows that these outies and innies aren't really different.
Yeah. Same,
Yeah.
Same,
but different.
but they're not different though. I think
that's
so. Look,
interesting.
so
They
If you
recognize
think
differences
about
in
it-
each other.
yeah, go ahead, Jeff. What were you about to say?
Well, I was just gonna say, if you think about it, this show could be doing at least a little bit of a study in nature versus nurture, because, like you just pointed out, Dylan and Dylan are so similar. So really, the only difference is one of them, had a whole life, and one of them had 2 to 6 years. And the one thing that's keeping them, I mean, he's seen Dylan has seen his wife, 3 times? So yeah, it's interesting. That's kind of making a point for nature.
Yeah, and I think that it really brings me into my next theory, which is if let's just say that interaction of real life kind of changed something in any Dylan, right?
Yeah.
Like made him more curious about himself, and also maybe act in a what do they call it? Activated something in his mind, because they don't have access to their memories, but they still have the ability to know certain things, like that's a clock or that's a computer.
Right.
And there's we know what the sky is, but we never seen it, and that kind of stuff. And then once these experiences from the outside world start coming in, I believe it is making them more and more like their outie. And I guess a little bit of my proof is you know, like Dylan changing his attitude, getting a little bit more in the dumps.
Yeah.
He's never really sad. He's always like, yeah, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter, blah blah blah. Always really wanting to maintain the company line to a degree, you know what I'm saying? Because he like his job.
Yeah.
He took pride in his job.
To your point, he was the one who was trying to turn Irving around
At first, right? So I said all that to say, I believe that all of this interaction with the Audi, any situation, switching back and forth, I believe Helena was in the basement. I believe Helena was on the 7th floor when she enters, and then I think that that we see here is Helena.
I didn't even think about that.
That would be interesting.
And I'm mad at
my...
I know you're watching. Heavy spoilers. Shout out to Heavy Spoilers. I know you're watching. What up, Paul? I just want to say I'm mad at you, Paul, because you got that theory out right before I did. And we only go on Mondays. You knew what time it was, man. You should have called it first. I believe that Helena is Helly. I think there could be a possibility. There's a lot of evidence to show that she might not be, but
she almost stabbed her dad.
Well, when she comes down and comes off the elevator, we do not hear the boom
or the.
We don't hear the dong. We hear the ding every time somebody's, even if it's on the 7th floor already. On the outside, we always hear the dong. We did not hear it when she came down, and another one is at the end. She looks at Gemma and kind of smiles as Mark has grabbed her arm and starts taking off. Before, it was like one of them things where she got yanked. Well, she was staring at Gemma and smiling, that sinister smile. Also,
my own counter argument actually works in your favor too. Helly, she tried to kill herself, but I mean, she never tried to hurt anyone else. And Helena had just heard her dad flat out say, "I don't like my daughter."
Right.
Yeah.
And
I don't care.
Might change up how she's even looking at anything, right? Like, she tried to get him to finish Cold Harbor, but she also was looking at him like, well,
we thought she was just being
this is it. Like, I'm not going to
benevolent.
see you no more, so it don't matter what you do, dog. Just finish this shit because this is what my family needs, right? Mm-hmm. And he called her Helly. Jane called her Ellie when he showed up. Helly when he showed up, but he thought she was Helly, but like her hearing him say, "Helly, you tricked me," but then also basically saying, "I don't fuck with my daughter, but I fuck with you." It creates this like juxtaposition of where she wants, because she clearly wants the path of Kier to take place. But she doesn't want her dad to be happy, and she wants to be happy.
Right.
Big contradiction. So I think she just decides later, like, you know what? I'm going to try to get him to stay, but I'm not going to like try to get him to stay type thing. But then he decides, he makes the decision, and then she wins. She's diabolical. Another thing that Heavy Spoilers pointed out was Helena mentions when she sees him in person, sees Mark Scout above the 7th floor, she mentions Gemma's name, but she calls her, what did she calls her? Hannah?
Yeah,
Hannah.
Helly.
Hannah.
No.
Or Helena.
No, Gemma. Helena was talking about Gemma, and she says,
And she calls her
doesn't
Hannah,
say
yeah.
Gemma, she says Hannah. And at the very end of the song, very end of the episode, Go Down Hannah is the name of the song this point.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So
Interesting.
just
we got
saying.
126 people
I'm buying
watching. If you're bots, let us know. If you're not bots, let us know.
If you're not bots, hit the like button.
So yeah, I don't know. It shot up once you posted that. I don't know if you're blocked yet on that sub Twitter. But I do need to shout out one specific part that literally had me pausing, going crazy. I was throwing my fist in the air in celebration. It was a cerebral fist bump, and it's this right here when Helly is trying to remember the places that she remembers.
I thought that was sweet.
Europe, Zimbabwe.
She said, Zimbabwe. I was like, what the fuck? Hold on a second. I was like, hold on, we on the map. We on the You know what? My main theory now, they're in Zimbabwe the whole time. They've been in Zimbabwe the whole time. That's what I'm calling right now.
They got stole like that in Zimbabwe? God damn.
Oh.
Do me a favor, please. Do me a favor. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
That has been Zimbabwe since 1980. Yeah,
climate change is real, man.
That was us. Get the fuck out of here, Ellie. You know that's why she remembers Zimbabwe. She's a colonizer.
Colonizer to her core. You can't shake that. But I did like that
colonizing niggas' brains.
Yeah, it's like all I remember is torturing black people. But I
shout out to the Twitter.
That
people.
is something Helena would remember.
Yeah, for sure. It's deep rooted. But I did like this moment where she is relaying to it's like a callback moment to the first scene in the first episode of the series, where they had their meeting, Adam Scott
Delaware.
and Britt Lowry. So it was a cool little callback to
Delaware.
that, but also just like showing the Nite, like reminding us of the naivete of these characters. It's like they don't even know all 50 states. They can't even name 5. So it's interesting to show the naivete of these characters, but and how new and interesting this experience of love is with these people, because they're full grown ass people. They're both in their 40s, but this is the first time really experiencing love, and that's got to be so jarring. And I definitely teared up when Adam Scott was just like, but I want to live, but I want to live without you. Like it really tore me apart.
It was good.
It was also very much like, yes, but at the same time, I was also sitting there like, is this what every kid in their high school relationship sounds like?
It's got
you
some
haven't even known each other a year yet, man.
It's got some middle school energy for sure.
They are young, yeah.
We are young.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that earwormed that.
Why
shit.
was I thinking the same exact thing too?
We all were.
Everybody wants to have fun, but I do. We should just go ahead and wrap up the conversation with the ending, because we get this very Graduate style ending, the freeze frame of these two people not really sure what's going to happen next. Bill, what did you think of just the ambiguity of Mark and Helly running down the hallway? Obviously
it was very like 1970s, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like old school, like Western spaghetti Western.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I was thinking of like the end of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
There you go, another one like that. Actually, the other one, the revamp with Rob Zombie, they do a lot of that in there too. Rob Zombie uses it in
the end of Devil's Rejects.
Devil's Rejects, exactly. There you go. So
use
a lot. See this. So look at that, motherfucker. See, y'all motherfuckers out there think I don't know what I'm talking about, bitch. Just because I use foul language and I say curse words and I say nigga, I'm trying to tell you dumbass niggas I know what the fuck I'm talking about. No, I'm sorry, Jack. You can go ahead and play that 9 if you want, whatever you use. I
was just throwing up.
Yeah, I love this. I love this scene, this shot, because I love the transitions between like the white translucent translucent. No,
yeah, that's a different show.
What's the word?
Transition.
That's The Boys.
No, the type of light.
Translucent.
Sunday.
Yeah, it is translucent.
Missionary.
I don't know if it's translucent. It's not incandescent. It's like office lighting.
It's just trans.
Fluorescent. That's the word. That's
fluorescent. Yeah, exactly. See you. That's why you had us fucked up. There ain't no trans.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Ain't no trans and nothing. Yeah, make your point.
But I like the wash of the trend. Sorry, why do I keep saying trans? Fluorescent.
No one knows
through the red colors, like going through the back. Like it's just such a.
I don't know if you can zoom in on this 9, but like this is one of the things that proves to me now. Like, okay, so Helly knew what, like she was saying the states and all that.
Mm.
That might not. That's like proof that is Helly. It's like proof on the side that is Helly. But to me, at the same time, Helena's watched all of the videos of them together, so she knows every conversation they had, which is why they were able to do this. But if you back up a little bit from this, Helena is smiling, or Helly is smiling.
Yeah, I was going to try to capture that right there.
Also, so
when she's looking at Gemma, you said?
Yeah.
Well, that too, but when they're running down there and right before they freeze,
right when he grabs her to run.
And also, the first one is right when he grabs her. Yeah.
But
go ahead.
So real quick, does Mark name any other places?
No,
because I don't remember it. I think that points to it. Yeah, it's Helena. I think that's another good, really good point.
Equator blew his motherfucking mind.
I don't think he was. I don't think he was being like silly and joking when he's like, "Is that like a building?"
Right? Yeah. No. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I totally agree. I think we're on this.
No, I think you got that. I think that's a damn good catch.
I think there's definitely a lot of evidence to that.
Right? Yeah.
I personally hope that's not the case, because I
hope
like.
it is.
Like I feel like we ran out the clock on the mystery box of is it Helly or Helena?
I think it's Helly.
Well, that's why I said I don't think that it's not. I don't think it is a mystery box. I think it's.
I'm mad at him for not choosing Gemma, so I want him to have made the wrong choice, and I want him to suffer.
Really? No, like I am.
I'm quite
on
the only way.
I am on Innie's mark. Let me ask you guys this: do you feel like Innie's mark was like justified?
He was
this. He accomplished the mission.
So here's the thing about Innie Mark. If Innie Mark hadn't tried to save Gemma at all, then I would have been like, no, because while like, yeah, like if Outie Mark never goes back, like Innie Mark's gone. Like if you don't try and save Gemma at all, then every Gemma's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I feel that.
Now that being said, it's still 100% okay to want to save yourself before someone else. And I don't know what I would do. Exactly. I say that now, but well, fucking, I'm wearing a Malort shirt. I'm clearly a masochist, so fuck it.
I love that shirt, by the way.
Thank you very much.
I just, we can move on here in a second. I feel just like I said, I feel like it's Helena. So I feel like he's being manipulated more so than he's making a choice, because he didn't make that choice until what I'm going to say is Helena said his name and basically made him have a choice, which kind of speaks to we that was foreshadowed in the intro where we have the scenes of Mark and them going two different directions. The Gemma and Britt going, I called her Britt, but them going two different directions from him. So he was always going to have to make a choice. We knew that going forward. But the thing is, the choice that he made, the only reason it makes sense that she would try to get him to make this choice, Helena, is because she knows that she can save him, keep him from getting killed, because there's no reason for him to go back. They intend to kill him. At least if he reintegrates with Mark, he'll exactly. Well, they were going to kill him before this. That's why Mr. Drummond came down there.
Well,
can we talk about the fact that Hodor got beat up by Brianna Tarth, and Brianna Tarth ain't
That shit was awesome. That shit
That was
was
so-
awesome.
I
Brianna Tarth
also
ain't
liked how
playing.
also liked how we had 2 finales over 2 weeks where a small guy named Mark gets his ass beat by a very large guy with a
Yeah,
with a weird voice.
prominent facial hair.
He was slamming them through those walls, man.
And in
And he
both
also bit him.
cases,
He also bit him like Mark. Yeah.
Yeah,
and in both cases, small Mark only survives because some chick comes in to save the day.
That's
Oh,
true.
that's
Man,
true.
we have to have side by side.
That's a side by side, ladies and gentlemen. It's a side by side.
Which Mark do you choose? Definitely Invincible Mark. But,
Yeah.
I think Mark S could.
They're not making a Severance video game.
Take Mark Grayson.
So
we got to get that side by side.
So so Alex,
Well-
are you more in line? Well, I was just gonna say is that, like, you know, he did complete his mission. Like, they told him to get Gemma to the stairwell. He fucking did that shit, and I love that. And then his life is his own after that.
Your
But,
mission
like,
isn't half. You don't do your mission halfway. His mission was to walk out the goddamn door.
They didn't say-
No, yes, they did. That was specifically. That was
literally just
specifically
walked
the agreement, because you're forgetting the reintegration. Mark
they talk about
Scout
the
has
reintegration.
already promised him the reintegration, so they will have the same memories. This guy is reneging on a deal that specifically was supposed to benefit the two of them. And also,
No, he didn't agree with that part. He didn't
Well,
agree with that part.
From what I understand, yeah, like the way they left it, it felt very ambiguous. Like if I was Mark Scout, I would be very nervous walking into work that day, because
of course,
it's like,
was.
did we finalize anything?
But if you're
Did
Mark
we say
Scout,
we're really
also,
gonna do this?
if you're Mark
That's the
Scout,
Mission
you also
Impossible.
know that you also know that this motherfucker been seeing your shit, and you've been seeing his shit, and we gonna be one, and eventually, like it's happening. It's not like it almost happened. Like it's happening right now, and I think that's what the next season is gonna be about a lot. I think this Mark is gonna have a lot of trouble. I think next season is about this Mark, or any Mark, having a lot of trouble integrating or reintegrating with himself. And I think it's going to be about Helena trying to keep him alive, because that's her baby daddy now.
Yeah, like the
Oh,
show,
yeah, she's
like in
definitely
the
prankers.
yeah, that ego is prego for sure. Well, but this
I have
first
more
season-
reasons that Helena is Helly, but I just don't have time, because I got a lot of other reasons.
We've got 2 more shows.
Exactly. Sorry.
Yeah. The first season definitely dipped his toes into just like all the themes of the workplace, you know, compartmentalizing and code switching and those kinds of things, and sort of like branched out a little bit more with all these little I guess not Easter eggs, mystery boxes. But this second season just really upped the ante on just like all the philosophical questions about like, what is agency, what is a person, what makes a human, what makes a soul,
And who makes a baby?
and who be making that baby better.
What are the fun new ways the government's trying to ruin our lives?
That's a more you know moment, but I can't go to it. But that was a more you know moment.
But yeah, this was a crazy finale to this series. Guys, let us know what you thought of this season. But we're gonna move on to our next topic.
Real quick, did you guys hear about what Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell are doing to Adam Scott? They're sending him mean voice memos, basically just because of all of. They're sending him mean voice memos because of this, saying things like, "Well, my wife just fell through a plate glass window. She gonna be okay? I don't know. Let's wait to find out till next week."
On Dragon Ball Z.
I love their podcast. They have
Oh yeah, dude, it's so good.
It seems like they have a good relationship.
You know what? You know Who I've got a good relationship with? Who that? Disney Plus. They wait till I have money in my account to take it. They don't just take it.
So much nicer than so many other people.
Right? They just don't tap me out. They say, hey, we'll wait till we got you.
We got you.
We know you're good for it.
You know, and it's a good time to talk about the new Disney Plus Marvel series.
Oh, they got one?
Same color scheme as the finale of Severance.
Say that again?
I said same color scheme as the finale of Severance.
Actually, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, if you're here for Severance, you can go back just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Stay with us in the live. But also you can stick with us for the stories. We gonna be talking a lot of Daredevil now, and we're talking Gemstones next. Alex,
that's true.
Go through the breakdown, then we'll talk about the tidbits.
Okay. This episode is called Six Semper Systema. It's episode
Say
3.
that 4 times fast.
Daredevil. It's the third episode of Daredevil Born Again. Six Semper Systema translates from Latin, thus always to the systems, and it's a play on the Latin phrase Sic Semper Tyrannis, which translates to thus always to tyrants. And
they said that Latin would never come in handy.
Yeah, right. It's like, no, I learned some stuff. And in the context of Daredevil Born Again, it suggests that the system itself, rather than specific tyrannical leaders, is the target of the challenge. Like I really dug this episode. Like it's been one of my favorites of the season so far. I know we only have 3, but it's weird because there's no action in this episode. It was kind of strange how like we just kind of divert from the action that Daredevil is known for, like especially with all the fight scenes, and it's just kind of more of a crime drama. What did you guys think of?
Say the same for the last episode too.
Yeah, at least we get that, that scene where he, that's when the dude gets shot in the head, right?
Mm-hmm.
The White Tiger.
Yeah, like right at the end, yeah.
But what were your initial thoughts on this?
That's why I'm going with it was boring. I like that. Well, I like that we explored Fisk's story more and his day to day as a mayor, and also trying to save his marriage with his wife, but at the same time not, because he's manipulating the entire situation. I think it's beautiful that they're doing it that way, but this episode was boring. And just as I thought it was going to be not boring, it got boring again. And I'm going to give this episode a 5 out of 10. I'm giving it a bad grade.
Interesting.
Oh, by the way, Cold Harbor got 9.6.
Oh, I meant to ask you, and yeah, I figured that it's the number 20,000.
20,000 votes, 9.6.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's the number 1 show on Apple TV Plus ever now. I mean, what's that? 6 years? I don't know what that means.
Which is always funny. Which is funny to me because when I hear that kind of shit, it's like, there are so many high numbers for the finale. It's like, did all those other people not watch the other episodes at all? They just tuned in.
So motivated, yeah.
So I think it's probably more.
They did like Jeff.
More people aren't likely to leave a review unless they feel negatively about it, with the exception of the finale.
Right.
I bet it's something like that.
Well, a good finale, because if you have a bad one,
I mean, shit, they'll do that too.
That'll be my
quarter of finales.
I'll make that the my doctorate for my psychology degree.
Are you the one evaluated, or are you the evaluator?
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry.
In this episode, Murdoch is confronted by Ayala's niece up top, Angela Del Toro, who believes that the police are responsible for Ayala's death. And I thought this is like
she angry.
Yeah, she angry.
He's sad.
She's really good. I don't know this actress.
Can we all
Jeff,
agree?
go first.
She was clearly robbing Matt of the talisman.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
she was
don't
clearly
get me wrong. She was clearly pickpocketing the talisman.
I did not notice that.
Well,
Yeah,
so
either.
they didn't show it, but they showed how many times she walks up and she hugs Matt while he's holding the bag of effects. When they go to walk, she puts her arm through his arm, but it's the same arm that's holding the bag of effects. Now, I will say a big part of why I'm like, well, she clearly lifted it is also because in the comics she's the second White Tiger. But
right.
So when she came on screen, I was paying attention because of that. But then when I saw she kept getting close to where the bag was, I was like, oh, that little girl's a little pickpocket.
Yeah,
that's a good catch because I did not see that at all. So
again, I think it's because I have the comic knowledge. No. How do you think I have so many DVDs?
And it's also like, yeah, like they didn't like explicitly say it, but there were like weird little shots where they where I was like, why did they pay so much attention to that like little hand touch or that movement? It's like I feel like the filmmakers are trying to clue us in on what's going on. Nine is begging for some comments.
No, I would say that's more demanding.
Yeah, I don't. I declare.
I do declare
more comments, more engagement.
But yeah, you know, of course, this does end up like more rolling out as like a sort of a crime drama. And we see like little chips at Matt's armor. Like this show's called Daredevil. Obviously, Matt Murdock is gonna don the costume daring again eventually.
Makes sense.
So like, but like the what's going to be interesting is seeing the journey and what makes him actually don the suit again. Do you feel like this is going to be like another like sort of motivating factor, like all these moments in this episode, like the guy, the fiddle faddle guy, he's trying to get a probation for. Do you think that's going to be just like another one of these chips in the armor of Daredevil?
Did you say chip? Like
he said chips.
Nine, I'll let you go.
It's just
you mentioned the fiddle faddle guy. You're talking about the guy that robbed the bodega, right?
Right. Yeah.
Who was very upset that he has to serve 10 days for a crime he committed.
I'm going to tell you why he's upset.
He has every right to be.
No, it's not about. I'm going to tell you the only reason. He's got to go to Rikers.
Yeah,
because that's where you go if you are committing those types of crimes. 10 days in Rikers is 20 years in any other prison.
Well, also there's so many people that go to Rikers for like, hey, you're sentenced to a month, and somehow they get like lost in the system, and 5 months later they come out of that place.
It's a detainee jail, so not a prison, it's a jail. So you got motherfuckers there waiting on bail. Like waiting on a fucking case.
That's such crazy. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Well, but also,
really
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, God damn, nigga, what do you want? You just want to go home. Like that's nothing. Nothing's enough.
Yeah,
like Jesus Christ.
I will say I'm realizing I'm a hypocrite because I did my taxes the other day, and you know how much I owe? $2.
Oh.
Really? I gotta pay the government two fucking dollars. But at the same time, like no that's actually how that worked. Oh, I did not get one. No.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Nothing right, dude. I'm barely getting by. I buy too much shit.
You're gonna have to talk to my tax lady because
I'll have to. You know what? You know who I blame? Fucking Blackout Jeff.
I love the idea. Like I didn't talk about it earlier when you said it, but I love the idea of like Blackout Jeff just lounging in a chair, like kind of just tilted back, using a felt pen to write haikus to his future self. I told you.
I am aware that the vast majority of Blackout Jeff's shenanigans are because regular Jeff thinks pranks are hilarious, including ones played against him.
Nice. I got some pranks to tell y'all off air or for Jeff next episode.
Right. Hey,
next time I see Jeff.
Tell you what,
pranks.
save it
Write
for
down.
Blackout Jeff, and then sober Jeff gets a second surprise.
Just write it down to me to tell you later. I got some of the best pranks of all time. Seriously.
What happens later on in the episode? At marriage counseling, Fisk and Vanessa discuss her affair with Adam.
That she done fucked him.
And Glenn privately asked Vanessa if she feels safe around Fisk. Now, I thought that this was. Am I tripping? Didn't they go to Heather for therapy, and now it's a completely different therapist?
No, that's the same lady. She just got her hair back. That's Matt's.
That's Matt's
boo thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man, she looked like a completely different actress. I was tripping.
It's because I don't know what it is. This show comes on the wrong day, dude.
It's because her hair's so curly
Just pulled
naturally
back.
that when it's
Yeah.
slicked back like that.
Yeah, it's pulled back, slick
Yeah,
back.
she
But
look
also,
like
this
Homegirl.
show is so far. I don't know what it is. Shows on Tuesdays. That's not good. Because you forget about the whole fucking shit. Like
Motherfucker,
so
I
much
watch it on
shit happens from
Thursday.
Tuesday to fucking Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I just was thinking about it. I was just like,
I just
that
learned what
shit
day the
takes
show
long.
comes out.
Right.
Yeah, it's so much, there's the show's about to come out in a couple hours. Yeah.
Dead ass.
Right now.
But are you guys interested in this storyline between Vanessa and Fisk, like them trying to sort of reconciliate? That's a word.
Reconcile?
Yes,
What's
exactly.
going on, bro?
I don't know, man. It's been a long day.
Now it's like, it's fluorescent light.
We-
Is this
we
fluorescent
ask-
lighting, or is it?
I
We
went to
ask as
urgent
we
care
see him
today.
continuously
It's been
pulling
a
from a
long day.
flask.
It's been a long day. I just want to go to sleep. But tell me, what did you guys think of this scene? Whatever I'm talking about.
So I don't really care that much about. So it's weird because I both care and don't care about their relationship, and I don't care right now, but I recognize that it's setting it up for some great shit later. There's clearly going to be a very big blow up between Fisk and Vanessa, and Fisk is obviously going to figure out that Heather is Matt's girlfriend, and then fuck that all up too. So what's happening right now, I'm just kind of like, I mean, okay, but I recognize that I need it for what's about to happen later on.
Yeah, like this isn't a mistake, right? Like Fisk is going to her on purpose because he knows that that's Matt.
That's the one thing I'm not sure of.
I am right here with my guy, Film Age, but Film Age says, I don't give a fuck about his love life. And I will say, agreed. But with that being said, I know why they did it. They had to do it to convey what I already fucking said. And I'm saying they had to do it because I'm saying they felt like they had to do it. Because I already said it last week. This motherfucker has been whooping Adam's ass. And Adam up somewhere getting fucked up, or he's already dead.
So,
when he said I would not kill him, and I promise I won't kill him, she should have said, don't kill him, don't torture him, don't touch him, don't
Leave
follow
that
him,
dude alone.
leave him alone, leave that man alone. He
Yeah,
ain't do
but then
nothing.
he would have agreed and he would have gotten around it just because he wouldn't be doing those things to him.
Exactly.
Someone else would.
That's my point. Is that he is gonna go
Honestly?
around as Wilson Fisk is. It does. He's gonna go around the rules, skirt the rules, so that
That's how
he can be successful and get what he wants, which is
honestly the best thing Vanessa could do for Adam would be to shoot him right between the eyes. Give him a quick death. That's the best thing she could do.
Somebody shot him in the eye, and that didn't work. So I don't know. I'm thinking you can't kill him. His head
not
is made
Fist,
of
Adam.
Excuse me. Yeah, it looked like Adam. Did it look like Adam had a beard? It looked like I was like, how long
He
is
did. He had a big old. He was Treasure Island it up.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Has it been like? Is this Castaway? Like this motherfucker got a fucking soccer ball in there, a fucking volleyball in there, talking to it and shit. Because he's got a lot of fucking hair.
What? Sorry, what's Fisk's first name?
Wilson. Yeah. Oh shit. Holy
there it is.
Shit. Hold on. See, this keeps happening. I don't know what the fuck keeps happening with this mouse. That it won't do what the fuck I want it to do, but that is well worth a fucking X-Files drop right here. All right, that's it. That's all you get.
It's got the same name as a volleyball.
How come this is doing this? Why is this so small? Oh, it's because it's so big. The comment's so big. I can't read this.
Laura says, "Hey guys, sorry for not making it on time. I'll go back and watch the Severance part, but I just wanted to say that I loved the finale. I was feeling the music and the camera work. See you next season." Laura, yes,
we're gonna be watching a lot of. We're gonna be watching a lot of stuff. Don't leave. Don't leave.
Keep checking in. We cover. I mean, every Monday we're covering something.
Yeah, whatever you want us to watch. What do you want us to watch?
Talking about something.
Just tell us in the comments what you want us to see, and we'll watch it with you. Don't be weird.
Yeah, don't make it weird.
That's my job.
Speaking of Fisk, later on,
you think she's gonna stay? That sound good? I don't know.
Yeah, you did good, buddy.
Do you think she likes us?
You think she likes me?
This plan to rebuild the city's ports faces several hurdles, including bureaucratic procedures, gang infighting, and his protege Daniel Blake drunkenly leaked details.
Being as stupid as we always knew he was.
Oh yeah, he's a big old dum-dum. He leaks details to BB, who reports that Fisk is a union buster.
Is it bad that Hollywood, like one thing Hollywood will do is they'll get a fucking like chubby, pale face, cherry lip looking baby Santa Claus looking motherfucker, and they will make him the baby stupid motherfucker.
Hey, I'm cool as long as they want to give me work.
They got the button nose and the goddamn. They can't grow facial hair. Motherfucker got the little big pink lips. And
hey, what's wrong with not being able to grow facial hair?
You know what I'm saying? Nine, you might be able to get one of them roles if they need the black version.
I'm currently up for election. The fifth alderman of Chicago. Who knows?
Laura said, I'll check back on you. Don't worry. Thank you.
I mean, there was a lot of laughter, Laura, but thanks.
It's like you gotta take a little.
Laura's back.
Yeah, Laura. You didn't hear her comment. You know, she left a wonderful comment. She's going back to listen to the past us, and that means she will hear about the blackout. Jeff.
Look out for a possible Severance video, Laura.
No, you know what? We should do one.
In the thing, because I got
more. We should do a whole video where we just talk about just Severance.
That could be a thing.
You mean the beginning of this podcast?
I have so many more thoughts.
I know, I'm just fucking around.
No, you're absolutely right.
Despite his anger, Fisk decides not to fire Blake when the latter expresses his deep loyalty. I thought this is, I don't know, this is a pretty cool scene, like because we get to see some pretty good acting from both baby Gandolfini and Vincent D'Onofrio.
Well, this is the thing, Alex. I thought you would. Oh yeah, he did play Gandolfini in the Soprano.
Yeah, but he's
movie.
actually his son. Right?
That's crazy,
right?
I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
I have no idea. That's
crazy.
kind of
I didn't
blowing
know
my
that.
mind right now.
I knew that he did play him though, like he played Tony Soprano
in the
as a
movie.
kid in the movie.
Wait, how
That's
old
a
is this
beautiful
guy?
thing.
14.
No, he's got to be. Like, I like it. No, you know what? He's 14.
Respect.
I forgot what I was.
Michael
what the point that I was
Gandolfini.
making. What the point I was?
He was
making.
born in 1999. He is 26.
He's 6 years old, man. Yeah, he's slapping mad cheeks. It's all good. But
I love that he's wearing a coat in the scene, but the old dude isn't. Like he's
Wesley
just thugging it out. Wesley thugs it out.
well,
For the aura.
what's this dude's name? The kid, Santa Claus,
Baby Gandolfini.
Gandolfini. He look at the difference here. I love the costume director,
Daniel
here,
Blake.
Daniel Blake. I love the costume designer here. You know why? Blake is supposed to be fucking broke coming up in the ranks, and you see this other dude. What's his name? Buckley or what
Wesley.
the fuck? Got the
No.
Wesley. Is this one?
No.
What's this nigga's
Wesley
name?
was the guy who died in the first season.
Yeah, I think Wesley too.
Yeah, it's
think-
Wesley too, right?
Ethan just changed his name to Wesley.
No, look, he Wesley too. It's Wesley Too. But he's dressed dapper, sharp,
Right.
looking. But our guy here, he's a schlub, right?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see him come up all the way up in the rankings. But you said, oh, I liked how he handled it, and he got into the nigga. That just means he finna die. Remember how y'all was trying to convince me that Vic was gonna die in or that Penguin was gonna kill Vic? This is that for me. I believe that Wilson is going to kill the fuck out of this. What's his name? The fat guy, Gandolfini, baby Gandalf.
Daniel.
Baby Gandalf. Yeah.
Daniel
Blake.
Daniel Blake.
His name is Baby Gandalf.
His
For
name
the
is
rest
Baby
of the
Gandalf.
show. For the rest of the show.
You didn't know that's what I call baby. I call Gandolfini baby golf. I mean golf. I call him Van Golf.
Call him Baby Groot.
Gandalf.
For the names.
Gandalf.
Yeah,
we got to that.
I think he's doing a really good job on the show. Honestly, I think he's.
Laura said yes, we should do a Severance video. That's gonna come. I'm gonna do one. It'll be on members only first, and then it'll be on members only for both channels, and then it'll be out for everybody else, for the public. 99 cents for a membership.
Murdoch then investigates the site of Ayala's murder and finds a bullet casing with the Punisher symbol on it.
That shit was cold blooded.
Wait,
That was a
but
really
real
cool
quick. Except, I'm calling bullshit. How did he know the Punisher symbol was on that fucking shell casing?
The indentation.
Maybe the grip.
from the
Maybe the
paint, from the paint,
grooves.
yeah.
Wouldn't indentation? I mean, bullets are really specific for a reason. Wouldn't the
Yeah, they are, I agree.
indentation on the casing fuck with the way it fires?
Oh yeah, it definitely wouldn't.
Well,
Yeah.
they
The
do-
headshots only.
Yeah,
people do that, but they'll just write it. Just to your
Headshots
point,
only.
like
that was
But
point
that
blank,
can
yeah.
change the trajectory of a bullet.
no. I'm just saying when so to your point, like I'm making your point for you, or
Well,
help.
I'm
make the
actually
point for
also
you.
going to pull back because I can now believe it for one reason. These cops seem like fucking idiots.
Are pretty weird. Yeah, pretty weird.
One thing, like Alex said, it was a pretty close range. It don't matter what the trajectory
Yeah,
is.
no, that's true.
Once it
Yeah,
hit that
like
head,
Alex
if
said.
the trajectory is all fucked up. But I, like I was trying to say, is you can write on it. And to that point, how did he really know?
Here, well, another interesting
motherfucker
point.
can see some shit. I don't
Here's
know.
an
I don't
interesting
know.
one.
Honestly,
I saw
Yeah, go ahead.
I saw a random fucking just swiping through shorts today, and I saw a fucking video with Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about they took people who were blind, who they were going to get their sight they were going to gain sight through a cataract surgery, but the people had been blind before that, and they gave them either a sphere or a cube, and they had them feel it out and everything. And then when the person got their sight, they had them just look at them, and you would think that just based on like, well, that one has sharp corners, that's a cube. Evidently, like it was like half and half who could tell just from going by feel to then just looking. Only about half could tell. So even if he was feeling it, he might not have known.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go. I ain't got time.
Probably the best use of that one.
No, that is interesting, but I was thinking like, who does this? Who conducts these studies?
Scientists.
Yeah, no. You know what? I watch Star Talk.
Myself.
I watch Star Talk all the time. Shout out to Neil deGrasse Tyson. Me and Jeff, we need to get some some stream time sitting just here just talking without the live, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the kind of shit that I be on too, and everybody be looking at me crazy, and I'm like, you don't understand why.
My book club moment. My book club mentioned a very small thing about Schrodinger's cat. It was the only part of the book I fucking liked, and the only part I wanted to talk about, and they didn't give a fuck.
They're like, that was one page.
We're not your book club.
No. You're my nerd club.
I feel kind of offended.
He's like, whatever my book club does.
I mean, if you want to read the Midnight Library and tell me what you think about it, I'll tell you why you're wrong and it sucks.
Okay.
Next time on Dragon.
That's what I did with my book club last time.
You have my number.
Just start calling you up and telling you which books I hate.
This is where we see our never mind. This is where we do get reintroduced to Frank Castle, John Bernthal playing the Punisher. What did you guys think of the
Bernthal?
Years.
Say
First time in 6 years he's been back as Punisher. Which I mean, like, if you think like, yeah, that makes sense considering when the Punisher show ended, but it's so crazy to think it's been that long since he was our Punisher.
Looks good.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel like that long. Every time I think about that era, I'm like, oh, Daredevil only ended in 2019 book. Holy shit, that was like,
yeah, I got bad news. The 90s weren't 10 years ago.
Oh, what?
Yeah. It's
no.
I don't like talking about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
remember the 90s?
There were some really good parts on this too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like what did you think of like just like this scene? Because I thought there's some like stellar acting going on here.
Bro, when he says he got life, and then he goes, what about your buddy? Did he get life?
Man,
he get life?
I was like, holy shit, bro.
That hit so good. And then when he was talking about his son, fuck.
It kind of gave me MAGA vibes. No, we're not political on this show, but it gave me MAGA vibes because right now in the political spectrum right now, they're talking about how that's the excuse they're using for deporting people, which is, why aren't they getting due process? And he's like, their answer has been on television well, did the people who got gang vaped get due process?
I think that's kind of the point.
No,
remember,
I'm saying
the entire point is the Punisher has always gone too far. There's a reason dude, in Age of Ultron, they're all like, can we get this fucker away from us? And it's like, he's keeping you alive.
But it still points to the fact that this, I'm just saying, if the parallel is crazy, the timing is crazy, and this shit was written and recorded like damn near 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's,
dude, I was thinking about that a lot with Mickey 17. I was like, this was written 2 years ago because it's fitting perfectly right
Perfect.
now.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Shout out to Common Side
You
Effects.
should,
the same
yeah,
way.
I was just gonna say, watch Common Side Effects. That's kind of
If you haven't watched that yet, Jeff,
crazy prescient.
you're missing out, dude. It's a good time to do it because it's just about to the season's gonna end, and they also
Pantheon.
The animation I'm just really not a fan of. But I'll try and muscle through it for you.
I wasn't either. I was like, what in the fuck is
like
this? But
have you watched Pantheon yet?
No.
James? Pantheon, Netflix, both 2 seasons are
No,
out.
I don't have Netflix. That might be why. I'll check on my other thing though. Anyway, okay. Does it feel like Frank's going through some mental issues in this episode?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean like
look at him.
Thinking like, but it felt like he was almost hallucinating.
Look at a sewer hole room.
That's not a sewer. It's a fucking house. There is a building.
Down. He went like I felt like he went.
He went like through like
the subway, like the sub level of New York.
Oh, I got it. Like he went into a building and like to like go through like a boiler room type of shit.
Wherever he is, it's dark and it ain't nobody there.
Hey, Alex, what type of light is this?
What type of light?
It's fluorescent.
Oh yeah,
it's transcendent.
It's trans.
So
it's trans. It's going.
But I don't know when he was talking and like talking about his fellow vets or his fellow soldiers that aren't coming home and like talking about his son. I don't know. I felt like he was almost like hallucinating, and then he took that pill. So I don't know. I was wondering if like
maybe he's losing it to a degree. He took a pill.
Didn't he?
I'm asking you.
Did I hallucinate?
He was taking a pill, taking pills when
that is great though. That's great. That's great because that means
Mark came in.
that he probably is dealing with some kind of cycle
thing. Which I think we can all agree dude needs a therapist.
Yeah, and I think it also this brings us into the I mean, I'm not meaning to go to the end.
The big
of
ending
the
is he starts going to see Matt's therapist. Or
that would be hilarious. What if he has sex with Matt's therapist? That would be even better.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
But no, you're good. You're good. I'm just curious what y'all think. Because I'm trying to this will probably push us out of this episode a little bit, but
I got something before we leave the episode.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying it'll get us towards that. But what do y'all think is gonna happen with the Punisher and this new villain that they're introducing?
Would you like to know about the villain?
Yeah, well, I was gonna throw it to you for that because I know I've learned about the villain. And I was like, oh, this is perfect for Jeff. I almost said James. But this is perfect for Jeff.
My middle name's James, whatever.
Because I was like, well, the comic book character, people don't know who he is a great introduction the way they did it. And also, he already did Jeff's Comic Book Corner with the little Daredevil piece. Which shout out to you because nobody told him to do that. That was that was awesome.
It just seemed like the right way to go.
It's a good time.
All right. This guy's name is Muse. First off, he's very new. He was introduced in 2016, which I know is almost a decade ago, but like brand new comic book villains, especially ones who have the staying power this guy has, that's brand new. So this guy is a fucking sociopath.
Yeah, he's cool.
He makes art out of the people he kills. When we're first introduced to him, he made a painting using the blood of 100 different people he murdered. His next big piece was it was only 6 Inhumans that he murdered, but he used their entire bodies and staged them in different ways to make art. So that's this guy's whole thing is he makes art out of the people he murders. He's also
like Banksy, but like way
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's
He's Shanksy.
Yes. Yeah,
He's
it's
also
he
an
uses the
inhuman.
bodies like sculptor, like sculptures.
Like
And did you say he's also inhuman?
He's also an inhuman.
Okay,
His
so
power is he can absorb all what's the word I'm looking for?
Plasma.
No, the way you can sense people
or something. Yeah, like senses. Yeah.
like sense he can absorb all sensory information around him.
Yeah.
So he can make it so people can't see him, he can make it so they can't hear him. Daredevil has trouble even getting to this guy. And then since he's an inhuman, he also has super speed and super strength. He is fucking insane.
And from what I saw,
so
in his introduction in the comics, Daredevil doesn't beat him. He basically turns himself in or lets himself get caught. So
yeah,
as part of like his next big art that he's going to do.
Right. So I don't know if they're going to go that direction in this series, because we do have two antagonists in this movie. So who knows where they continue to go with it. But that character, this character, the way they introduced him was crazy. Him sucking blood out of niggas immediately.
And now you know why.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. It'll be interesting to see like how they develop that character. And like before we go on to the next topic, I am curious. Like this is a question I have for you guys, because earlier on in the development of the MCU, it seemed like they were trying to make Inhumans like a placeholder for the mutants and the X-Men, because they didn't have the rights to that.
It was exactly
that was a huge failure.
Yeah.
Now Disney has the rights to the mutants and the X-Men. Do you think that this might be a way of integrating mutants into the New York MCU?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Is when Jeff mentioned that it is that he is
an inhuman.
Muse is an inhuman. I was like, well, then boom, that's the first introduction of mutants in the television universe. Well, no, actually, no. Miss Marvel, said that. So this is the second mentioning of mutants, technically, or introduction to it. And being that this is the first introduction to the Inhumans, I don't believe that we'll see them ever again. You know what I mean? But I do believe that this is a way to be like, oh, he is an Inhuman as well. He's a mutant. But what I would love for Disney to do, because what they've done here is already acknowledged the stupidity. So far in this show, they've already acknowledged the stupidity of the shows that they've done prior to this.
Yeah.
Making fun of the weight loss and the shit, getting shot in the eye and all this shit, because they made him way bigger in Echo than he was in the first Marvel series. So so he got, and now, so now he gets shot in the eye. Oh, they're making jest of that and changing shit, right? So I think it could be something similar here, where they change it up.
I don't see them making him an Inhuman.
X-Men themes, like every time.
Well, we haven't seen him use his powers yet.
That's true.
Right, and we don't know what they'll use. That's my whole thing. Is all of this could change up in certain ways, because he's such a new
could just make him be a random meta with superpowers.
Yeah, well, that would be so uninteresting.
I'd be so sad.
I think they're going the mutant way, but not much. But because they've already done it once in the television series, and this is the first television series for Marvel that we've gotten right, like that from that phase, right? This is the first one into this phase, right?
Yes, yeah, correct.
Yeah, so we've gone out of that bullshit era. They fired old girl from Star Wars. Like they probably fired somebody else in this realm. Kevin Feige taking more. I know. I'm just saying, but look, when that didn't just happen, they don't. Just,
what are you guys gonna think when news is
out.
Revealed and it's Robert Downey Jr.?
Look. Things are changing at Marvel is the only thing I'm trying to point out. I said it first here, and I said it first in our group chat, but I said it first here. Jonathan Majors will be back.
I think I agree with you. I think it will.
Jonathan
He's got a
Majors
new
will be
movie
back.
in theaters now.
Almost
Magazine.
Yeah, Magazine Dreams.
Yeah.
Almost.
What would you rate it? Just give me a thumbs up.
He said he almost saw it.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, almost.
I saw the Looney Tunes movie instead.
Right.
I'm going to see Opus tomorrow.
I helped him out because
I
he
like
was
it.
on the phone
I
with
like
the
it.
suicide hotline, so I made sure he didn't do after Looney Tunes. I was
I
like,
heard
"Hey,
that
man,
movie was pretty good.
I said, "Hey man,
That's
it's gonna
funny.
be all right." It's gonna be
There was one scene that happened like the first like 10 minutes of the movie that had me fucking rolling. I was like, okay, all right, yeah, I'm
We're
in
in
for it.
this. Okay.
I didn't know the Looney Tunes had a movie out.
every
Yeah,
15
Yeah, they
years.
have not been
Starring-
advertising. Warner
starring
Bros.
Daffy and
is
Porky
fucking
Pig.
weird.
Literally, they put one out every 12 to 15 years. I'm
It's
not
not
bullshitting.
playing at the Alamo then.
Well, yeah, they don't have
I'm going to see Vampire Hunter D next month.
dude. Regal hasn't had a lot of movies.
Really?
Like, there's been a
AMC
lot of
is
movies
eating
that
up.
they didn't have. I bet you there's movies that AMC didn't have that we got.
Yeah,
over at Regal.
I'm sure there's
I
like
said
some sort of weird like bidding war when it comes to like just distribution.
Yeah,
for
we can't.
theaters.
That's
a whole other YouTube
other
video.
That's
yeah.
that's a Bantha budget conversation right there.
Oh shit! They got Tommy Boy coming to theater. I might see that.
Oh man, we just talked about Tommy Boy when we were talking about Billy Madison.
Billy Madison on the drunk.
Air Force
That's
One.
all. But guys, let us know what you thought of this episode
Let us know.
of Daredevil Born Again. Are you enjoying like the trajectory of the show? Do you want more action, less action? Are you excited to see what Muse is going to do? Is he a mutant? Is he an Inhuman? Let us know in the
I
comments.
sure hope they make him into a mutant. I'll be very sad if they waste that.
That would be so cool. Because yeah, like it'd be so like one of the coolest things about Daredevil is that he is he always has these adversaries that match or challenge his powers, like Bullseye. So it'll be really cool to see someone who sort of he can't get a lock on because of his powers, not just because
Some
he's
real
some
difficulty.
guy who's obsessed with blood or something.
Something they could never do with Superman because he's a terrible fucking character.
God, he's the worst.
He's not terrible.
Yeah, he is. He's just about as this.
Go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Stop looking at me, Swan.
You kidding me? That's how I knew the difference between shampoo and conditioner.
It's like that's how my hair looks. That's why my hair looks so fucking amazing.
But let's go ahead and move on to our last topic of the night. That's right. We're going to South Carolina and talk about those crazy Christians, the righteous.
Well,
blessed.
y'all can have fun with that one. I haven't watched it. Bye.
Before you go, do you want to tell the people where they can find you on the interwebs?
Thank you for asking. No. You can try and Skype me at Don Cheadle's driveway at littledickie2.com. It's because of the hackers.
Damn.
You can try and find Jeff Madel on Facebook at MadelJeff on Instagram. But as usual, the easiest way to find me is just be here on Monday nights.
Mondays, and when we got equipment working right, it's at 8:15.
Whatever, just do what you did today. Stick around, you'll see me.
Yeah, look, man, all of you who are out here watching, appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all come and see Toby Blanco. Get here early, get here on time, even if we're not.
Later, everyone.
See ya, bro.
See, yes,
Thank
you
ya.
should.
Yes,
you should.
Thanks for the kind words. Have a good night, Jeff.
Yeah,
Nine,
man.
have you been watching the Righteous Gemstones?
No, I haven't. I'm just gonna stick around. You guys talk about.
You don't have any clips.
I do not have any clips, but
Nope.
that's all right.
That's okay.
But But no, this was a really interesting episode.
I didn't watch it
of the show. You didn't watch it.
What are we doing here?
Wouldn't that be funny?
Oh, you want to hear something really funny? I watched it. I passed out. I forgot that I passed out. I was in and out, in and out.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were still talking about Severance at the end, I started watching it on my phone while we was talking.
Okay.
So while we was talking about Daredevil and I was quiet and I said, it was slow. I ain't really like this episode. I don't have to say nothing else. Just let y'all talk. And then I watched the rest of the episode.
Well, now you guys, this has some rewatchability. You got to go watch this episode again, or this podcast episode again, so you can see Bill just watching.
Watching me over here. You wouldn't notice because I'm always looking at the stream, making sure everything's good. You know, looking at this second camera, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at the second monitor, I should say.
It's very discreet. But this was a really cool episode. Episode 3 of season 4, the final season. This week, the show
introduced final countdown.
Yeah, it's almost over, man. This week, the show introduces Sean William Scott as Laurie's son, Corey Millsap, and Arden Mirren as his wife, Jaina, who laughs uneasily at the Gemstone siblings ripping at each other for sport. And
We're just ripping.
At a cookout, the humiliating demise of Jesse's prayer pods is the main topic of conversation as malls and airports and ultimately decided against having a solemn refuge for public masturbation. I thought this was a really cool scene, just because, like, yeah, we see exactly why the prayer pods didn't work out. He called them.
We got ran out of all the airports. There's a war against Christianity.
And Keith was like, yeah, in the gay community on the chats, they refer to them as squirt yurts.
Yeah, he said what he said? He said Grinder Reddit.
Yeah.
Grinder, just
squirt squirt yurts.
That was so Jesse is not having a great time.
Can I say squirt yurts?
What did you think of?
I guess I just did.
You can say that.
Never mind. I said
what did you think of Sean William Scott showing up on this season?
I think it's dope. Sean William Scott, otherwise known as Stifler, you goddamn right.
I'm surprised I remember that.
I'm not. You know why? Because you didn't know his real name. Like, you knew him as Stifler longer than you knew his real name. Probably. Yeah. Like, we used to see Sean William Scott in a lot of movies back in the day before it was like, before he was popping like this. Remember that hockey movie he was in?
Oh yeah, Goon.
Good
movie.
That's a good movie. So I like him as an actor, and he takes a lot of risks. And excuse me, in this episode, I didn't see any of that. I felt like he was kind of reserved, but building up.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be something to that character later on.
Well, he definitely was something to him in the last 15 minutes or 10 minutes of the show.
Yeah, he definitely had a reaction because later on, we see that the Gemstone kids see Laurie and Eli getting a little handsy or just like a little more affectionate.
It's just two country girls outside misbehaving.
Yeah,
misbehaving.
Yeah, walk around with the pickle in your mouth. Ain't nothing crazy about that. They spot Eli and Laurie seemingly affectionate with each other on the driveway, and then the announcement of their union over the weekly Gemstone lunch at Jason's Steakhouse goes over very
keep
poorly.
Going the other way.
So the kids respond how you would probably expect them to. like they overreact. But
well, yeah, nobody believed me that was going to happen last week. What happened? Why was this? Wait, there was way more people doing this with us last week. What happened? Maybe Jeff was doing it with us and he didn't watch it. Maybe that was what it was. Because I remember specifically saying that they're not going to fuck with this relationship. I remember saying they're gonna fucking lose their shit like they always do. They're gonna just turn on Lori and fucking just, I don't know, basically try to ruin her life.
But I'm glad that they
but that was their initial reaction.
Yeah, I'm glad that they wrapped it up pretty quickly, because it's a very predictable reaction from the kids. They're acting all crazy,
Bipolar 1, schizophrenic, psychopath. Like I'm just trying to describe the Gemstone family.
Yeah, yeah, they are all over the place. But it was interesting seeing Eli become like really emotionally vulnerable at the end of that. Like that's one thing I wasn't expecting.
Well, you see, that's interesting that you say emotionally vulnerable, where I would say he had an emotional breakdown.
Yeah.
Like he was like, I wish we had this clip, but he was basically doing the Tyrese. What more do you want from me?
Yeah,
that's what he did. Because he was like, God damn. Yeah. Like, I can't even fuck a bitch and be happy with y'all. Y'all motherfuckers. I done gave y'all everything these motherfuckers got is because of fucking Eli motherfucking Gemstone. Even baby Billy. Baby Billy, like, hey, Eli, you ain't shit.
Hey, you talking bad.
You ain't got no wheelchair for your old ass. You older than me. You need to sit your ass down somewhere.
I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, Walton Goggins is gonna be the MVP nominee for the Drunkies.
Hell,
2026
should have been 2025.
Because with fucking this, Invincible, and White Lotus, he's having a fucking amazing 2020.
That's right. Have you been watching White Lotus?
I have not. I've never seen a single episode.
Oh, you're forgetting the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Walton Goggins goggles.
Walton Goggins goggles.
Wait, it's Walton Goggins something goggles. Walton Goggins Google goggles or Walton Goggins goggle goggles.
Okay. Yeah.
It's something goggles. It's something else goggles. It's Walton Goggins goggles, golly goggles. Goggins.
If you've seen that commercial, let us know in the comments. Which Goggy
Shout out to my homegirl, Sam Howard. She was in Super Bowl commercial as well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Shout out to her. That must have been a check. Yeah. She ain't paying rent for like 6 months. Or no, I mean it's like 3 years.
But yeah, like he is really, really killing it in this.
Killing it.
Like Walton Goggins is always amazing. But like
Sean William Scott doing good too. You like him?
Yeah, I liked him. Like to your point, like he's not doing anything it's really spectacular in this episode, other than showing like that he might be a sociopath. Like,
I was thinking he might be normal and being around all these. I think that a lot of his commentary is kind of sarcastic as fuck.
Yeah.
Even though he's coming off genuine, I think he's being sarcastic. He keeps bringing up that they like talking shit about each other. Right. And also, we're forgetting the beginning. At the very beginning, they have a scene where the entire place is getting fucked up. Like, somebody breaks into the compound and starts beating the shit out of everything, stealing a little bit of things here and there.
In 2002.
It was in 2002, yeah. And then young 2002 Kelvin, almost said Adam, which shout out to Adam. But young 2002 Kelvin witnesses the burglar and was confronted by the burglar. Because of this weird dream. we have our favorite character. Me and you favorite character.
Oh, Keith. Yeah.
Keith.
He has this insane monologue about devil piss. That goes
Devil
on.
sex piss. We must just go ahead and point
Yeah,
out that it
'cause
wasn't just piss. It's piss that makes you dick hard and want to fuck bitches.
Yeah, he had
and
a
fuck the devil.
intense orgasm talking about this shit. Like it was.
First of all, how did you
insane.
feel about them going straight to this nigga's TP fucking dick grow?
Hey, HBO is like all about equal opportunity.
It's not regular ass TV.
It's like we're gonna show dicks and titties over here.
Well, it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't so much that they showed that to me. It was that his reaction. He saw his dick and he went like,
yeah.
What the fuck is? But you know, that's my dude, man. I don't care what y'all say. That was a weird scene, but I fucked with my guy.
But I did like the aspect.
I don't know why Nine's not watching the show because he's the one who showed Keith's dick on our live one time.
Well, okay.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
I enjoy watching you guys talk about it, so that's something.
Oh
right?
yeah, no. Look, I'm just posing questions or posing.
Maybe that was my breaking point.
I just say things that make you go.
Yeah, Filmage says Keith may be reverting to Satanism, and that might be.
That's a great point. I think that's totally what's happening because he's openly fucking, almost openly fucking, because they don't know that they openly fucking. They don't know they fucking.
They hold hands and shit.
No,
like
they don't. Not in the congregation.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm talking about the congregation think that they gay, but like maybe not. Like, you know, it's ambiguous, right? But it's just, I think that is gonna come to a head where I gotta hide who I really am, and you know, I be in here popping your cheeks. You know what I'm saying? But then you want to act like you don't know who I am when we go out here.
Right. It does seem
and
like
I know I'll be popping the shit out them cheeks. So you
right. That does seem like that was like a point of contention between the two of them at the beginning of the season. Like
you wasn't gonna let me. I know. I like it. You wasn't gonna let me do the cheeks thing.
You said the cheeks thing.
I know. I mean, I meant like the bit.
Oh.
How much farther does the cheeks thing go? I wanna
it
know.
just keeps going.
Does it come together?
Like butt cheeks. At the same time, all over the place. Go ahead. No more cum jokes. I promise.
I don't remember what I was about to say.
Well, we were moving on from them having their, open relationship.
Right. Yeah, and I was curious because like I do have a theory. This, this mystery.
We've worn that out.
It is like an element of all the seasons of Righteous Gemstones that they always have is like a sort of a mystery to it, and this is like the first time we've gotten a little bit of that this season.
Well, what part was it for you?
With the guy who, we see the mysterious figure who steals the golden Bible that we see.
Oh yeah,
Elijah Gemstone.
Oh yeah, what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, with Elijah Gemstone, Bradley Cooper. In the first episode, he stole from the preacher.
So I like how they I like how they determine which one or distinguish that dude in the past, Bradley Cooper, is a gemstone.
Yeah,
because he could have came from what's her name, Julie's family.
Yeah.
But I think that Sean William Scott's character is the bandit who comes in the middle of the night first.
I think that he is involved for sure. Like there is like sort of a nefarious nature to the way he's talking about. Like it's like, oh man, I love how you guys just rip on each other. Like it just seems like he's like, to your point, it's not genuine. He's like, I fucking hate you guys, and I can't wait till you guys get what's coming to you. Like that's
clearly he hates his wife. Told that bitch that she looks stupid in her dress.
Yeah, I was like,
and I was like,
mean? She's pretty.
You could have said something to everybody else in there. Jessica says them to anybody else in there.
Yeah,
You
Adam,
said,
dumbass.
say something to your mama.
Like that's very, very strange behavior. Like he's a weird guy, and he seems like a little unhinged. And I do think that it might be connected to the preacher who original Elijah,
the
Gemstone, killed. Yeah, yes, original Elijah
preacher
on USA. Oh, preacher. No, like the back, in the prelude episode. Bradley Cooper's Elijah Gemstone. I think that Sean William Scott or whoever is responsible for stealing the Bible, they're related to the guy the preacher he shot in the church. Like I think that it's like some old school like revenge type shit. It's like this belongs to my family. I'm taking it back.
This was my father, son.
And of course, it's 2002, so it's like generations and generations. But I think that, like, sometimes stories carry, and some ancestor is gonna figure out that the Gemstones are some crooks, and maybe Elijah Gemstone has to do some hood rat shit and kill him and get the Bible back. Because I don't know if that's is the gold Bible somewhere.
It was
okay.
It was in the compound in the house with the breakable glass thing.
Yeah, I mean, like in recent times, like, have we seen it in like the background?
No,
in the other seasons.
No, because it's locked in the safe.
Oh, it's locked in safe. Okay. Yeah, I'm interested to see the arc for the Golden Bible, basically. Like,
I think that the Bible. I think that whoever stole the Bible needed it more than the gemstones. I feel like that all the time. I usually hear people stealing certain people's Bibles, and I'll be like, well, really? They need it more than you did. Trust me, bro. Because like a Bible, you can go to some places and they give it to you for free.
Yeah,
like if you want to go steal one, like that's like stealing at Sam's samples. It's like stealing at Sam's sample booths.
Yeah,
like,
right. I'm stealing all these little sausages. Film Age Studio said, wouldn't Sean William Scott be older if he stole it? I was thinking about that too. And I was also thinking about how old Sean William Scott was in 2002. And he was probably on his fourth American Pie movie. So that still tracks. Or like, no, he's probably on his like second American Pie movie. So he was tall enough to be wearing them boots. And it might be why maybe Kelvin doesn't recognize him immediately. Or maybe also just traumatized.
He had a mask on, and also maybe there's nothing that says that he doesn't know that that's what happened and that all of them have already worked past all that. Like, but I think that you could be right, though. I mean, you're most likely to be right on that. Film Age says, wouldn't Sean William Scott be older?
Oh, that's what I said.
And he says if he stole it. Well, I think I don't know if he stole it. Like, when it's the problem with a flashback scene like that, you don't see any repercussions. You don't even see what he did to Adam. We know that Adam lived. We know that there's nothing wrong with Adam's, well, other than the clear and obvious. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's Adam's just out here. What is Adam? Is he just Adams? Don't make me do a Neil deGrasse Tyson out here.
Yeah. I'm curious how that's gonna end up playing out, because Kelvin's got some repressed trauma that he's obviously not trying to bring up. He's covered in sweat and he doesn't even want to admit it to Keith, his best friend. So there's something weird going on there for sure. And then what happens toward the end of this episode?
What happens towards the end?
Yeah, actually, we do get the news that Simskins has been encroaching on Jesse's efforts to wait. No, that's not fucking
Simskin. That sounds like
who is a Simskin?
It sounds like a cereal.
You know what?
I don't want to eat a Simskin.
You know what? Yes. News of Simskin was what you call it? Fucking I'm thinking of Blade. Why can't I think of his name? Steven Dorff. Steven Dorff's character. He has been encroaching on Jesse's territory when it comes to the mall churches. And in efforts to mentor Gideon on leadership, Jesse decides to leave it alone. He's not going to react violently like he usually does. But then later on in the episode, we see that's exactly what he does. It's only a matter of time when when a car full of hooligans toss a Molotov cocktail into one of Smirkin's new churches. So Jesse's up to his old tricks. He's not passing up on any violence. And I forgot about this little rivalry between him and Steven Dorff's character from the last season. It seems like it's about to come to a head. Are you interested to see
a head?
Yeah.
I like it. That means somebody's going to die.
Yeah, somebody's head did get run over in the first season.
Like it's coming to a head, man. Man, that was crazy, that first season. I think they're doing a lot of callbacks to the first season to give it a little nostalgia.
Yeah.
And rewatchability for sure.
Yeah.
If you make your third season about your first season, people will always be able to go back and watch it in order, in the cycle.
Yeah. So it's nice bookends. Like the beginning should mirror the end. So it'll be cool to see how this series wraps up and how it ties up into the old school shit. Like I'm really hoping that we get another Bradley Cooper, Elijah Gemstone episode to see.
Yeah,
because if I'm not mistaken, he steals somebody else's name, so we got to see how he goes back to the Gemstone name, right?
No, I'm just curious. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that'd be cool if we re-explore that. But guys, sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, I kind of saw a little trailer of next week.
Ooh.
What about those the other churches, Steven Dorff's churches that they burned down at the end of this episode? Do you foresee them making more? Do you see Steven Dorff retaliating?
I'm definitely seeing him retaliating. There was a lot of dick measuring in the in the halls of like whatever that shit place, the house of the teal cloaks or whatever they want to call it. Yes, it's a nice little cult.
The cult, excuse me, the cult of the teal coats. Try to say that 5 times fast. The cult of the
teal coats.
The cult of the teal. Try to tell you. Try to say it. The cult of the teal coats.
It's tough.
The cult of the teal coats.
The cult of the teal coats.
But
there was a lot of
go ahead.
There's a lot of back and forth between those two, so I definitely see him retaliating in the next episode, and because he's definitely going to know it's him. And yeah, Jesse, he's just like he's got way too much pride. He's all upset about the squirt yurts, so he's got to
miss that boat.
Gideon is not. Gideon is not responding as a mentee like he wants to, so he's kind of in a tough emotional spot. Oh, and we should mention that also BJ might be potentially paralyzed from his male pole dancing.
Yeah, forgot
competition.
to talk about that. Like, she definitely was making it worse.
Yeah,
like you quit looking at him.
Don't you know my baby's an invalid?
Yeah. Like what?
Making him feel better.
And he's perfectly capable of saying all this stuff on his own if that's how he felt.
Yeah, and he said at the beginning of the lunch, basically, he's like, "Hey, I don't want anybody feeling sorry for me. Please, just everybody act normal." And then his wife went along to say, like continue to say, "Oh, well, yeah, guys, don't y'all know that he's fucking crippled?" Like, God damn, this is exactly what he didn't want you to say. So
He just didn't want to have to explain it to every person who comes up. Hey, aren't you crippled? Oh God, what do you do?
So yeah, it's showing just like another rift in their relationship. We saw something like that in the first season with the infidelity. Now here's a whole nother wrinkle with the him being a paraplegic potentially.
A paraplegic potentially.
I mean, like, I don't know if it's permanent or anything.
Oh.
Yeah. But guys, let us know in the comments what you thought of this episode. What are you excited about for the next episode? Are you sad that this show is ending? This is the final season of The Righteous Gemstones, another chapter of the Danny McBride, Jody Hill.
Wait a minute, what are we gonna watch?
That's after this one wraps up, I'm sure Last of Us will be starting up. We also have what else is coming up in April? We got some good stuff that we can talk about for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good.
And Daredevil Born Again will still be running. Well, yeah, we got some stuff.
All right, good. Sorry, my hands hurt a lot.
Oh, bummer. Well, guys, this has been it's been fun. It's been real fun. But Bill, you want to tell people where they can find you on the internet?
You betcha. You can find me every Thursday, 7 a.m. You betcha. You can find me every Thursday at 7:15 p.m. Pacific time on Nerds at Night and the Drunk Bantha channel. You can find us on Twitter as well. It's the Bantha Bud Show, your favorite cousin. We get it in, and I go a lot slower than this.
Yeah, it's considerably slower.
We'll be talking about common side effects, and we'll be talking about the next week. We'll be talking about Charles Manson. I don't know. We'll be talking about something, and then in the weekends to come, you can check me out with, our boy Nine as well. Nine.
Yeah, where can the people find you on the internet?
Where can the people find you?
Oh, well, thank you for asking, my dear boy. You can find me at 9 Nerd Yards on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Blue Sky. And we also have a Discord where it goes.
You can find all that stuff in the you can find all that stuff in the video description. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time, but don't forget to like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, Letterboxd, likewise, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas. Till next time, stay safe, my little squirt yurts, and may the first be with you.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go.